Hello and welcome in to the battle in the Bayou here on SimWorld TV, our third SimWorld Prep tournament of the year. I'm Ezra here with my partner Maestro. Maestro, how are we doing today?
Man, let's say bunk on root and leg. Got some crawfish etouffee. Got some poor boys going on. Let's get it done here in Louisiana and New Orleans, baby, in the sportsplex. How you doing? I'm probably gonna stop talking Cajun tomorrow morning.
Excellent, excellent, Maestro. And we certainly already got to work last night, if you know what I mean. What a night. But we've got our first semifinals matchup here in the Louisiana Sports Complex. Gulf Coast Lockdown, the hometown squad for this tournament, taking on the Yacht Club. Both teams getting a bid to the semifinals. Oceania and H-Town are the two teams that got left out of the semifinals in round robin play. Not going to be moving on. What are you looking for from these two teams in this matchup? Try and make it to the finals here.
I see some strong play here, Ezra. Look, see the idea of the.
Maestro, how's that for strong?
Oh, yeah. I tell you, make it happen, Kappa. I tell you, boy, this is what I'm talking about. I'm looking for these teams. They've had some great play today. They've overcome a lot of great play from other teams, even though some of the scores don't necessarily reflect that. I'm looking to see how they're going to continue. Now is the time when you have two games under your belt. And you probably got an idea of what is working for you today, who's going to be able to continue that, versus who is going to take what they've learned about the other team as they were scouting them to see what they needed to stop. Great defense down in the post.
Beautiful defense from Gulf Coast Lockdown. They were known for that last year, and of pretty much any team in SimWorld Prep, almost nobody, if anyone, returned as many players as this Gulf Coast Lockdown squad did. Very cohesive unit. They did add a couple new players, but this is a group of guys who've been playing together, whereas the Yacht Club have a couple returners, but there's a lot of guys to get worked into the rotation, a lot of guys to figure out what their role is going to be, and that comes with what you were just talking about, figuring out what you're going to do. This Gulf Coast Lockdown team comes into this circuit season with a little bit better of an idea than a lot of teams might, so could be an advantage for them. We'll just have to see what comes out of it for the Yacht Club here, but I'll tell you what, so far in this tournament, I've been very impressed with Koya Monroe. Played for the Yacht Club last year, kind of broke out on the SimWorld Prep scene last season, and he started off hot in this tournament.
Yes, and it shows you that when a player, especially at this particular point, and it's something that we always try to emphasize, once you start to find the strength in your game, guess what else you're learning? What you need to work on, great follow-up, and make sure you don't give up on the rebound there. You find out the things that are missing in your game, so now you know where to start building, but you're building from a place of strength and awareness. And that is key at this particular point, because you're becoming the player that's either going to transition to that next level with a set of core competencies, core basketball competencies that a coach can work with, or hopefully you're going to transition with the abilities that the coach know they can use. Oh, great stop in the paint. Oh, but way to stay with the play. The play's never over till the ball's in the back. Yes.
One of those new additions for the Yacht Club this year. Him and Kenyon Young, who came over, used to play with Basketball Club, Kenyon Young did, both coming over. They're going to fill those kind of interior roles, that interior presence for, the missing Josiah Cook, who is not playing SimWorld Prep this year, and Tyshawn Ism, who's out at the University of Florida, absolutely balling out. Speaking of balling out, you shouldn't be allowed to go through the air flying like that. Koya Monroe with the dunk.
Did he have a license? I don't think you can fly like that in this airspace without a pilot's license. Well, I'm just gonna say it that.
You would know, Maestro, and I'll tell. They just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. We might have to make a citizen's arrest here, Maestro.
You know what? I got my cups ready. Never mind.
Well, I know that you have them. I saw you use them last night on Bourbon Street for a citizen's arrest, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yes. For the greater good. It's all about the children.
Well, I don't know if I would have used that phrasing there. Carson covered with the ball off top. Kai Killens had a slow start to this tournament. It seems like maybe he was saving kind of his outburst for these semifinal games. Did not lead the team in scoring in either of their pool play games, which you're pretty used to seeing Kai Killens be the guy for this Gulf Coast Lockdown squad. So was an interesting thing to see some other guys contribute. Avery Cooks led them in scoring in one game, and Avery Cooks has been looking very, very good so far.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. You know, his defensive presence we saw with the blocks that we saw down low said something else. But he's going to have to find a way to get his feet shifted a little bit quicker, like he normally does. Now, again, these two teams have been playing very well. They both had a blowout win. They both had a close game, so they know the so they have both sides of the salad in their mouth, so to speak. So now what they need to learn, and this interior defense is something else here today. And now, so what's going to be the difference? Who's going to play that interior defense while capitalizing on it, as opposed to, as we saw when, my goodness, somebody got the email message and a return receipt on that one. So,
Go ahead, Maestro.
Oh, I was going to say, just going to finish that thought with what we're seeing with the interior game. Both teams are obviously going inside strong. They both have strong inside presence, as we see, like you mentioned already, with Ezra Bull, Avery Cooks, Isaac Onea Franklin. And, we can take a look on the other side. You look at, Kylan England, I think, is going to be my I want to see what he's going to do as a 7-footer here, but of course you got Anthony Simmons and Kenyon Young, 6'11" and 6'10", respectively. The idea here of these two teams playing an inside-out game is going to say a lot about how they're going to work to the rest of their game today, I think. And something else that these two teams have in common: very strong transition play. And if I would say one more thing here, because this is the greatest sports role play experience in the world, dare I say the universe, please give us a hookup. You know the word, Discord, GG/SimWorld Hoops, see the game, be the game. What I would definitely say for you, Ezra, and it's something you brought up that was amazing, and I don't want to overstep it, the awareness of these two teams, of their athleticism. How are they going to use it today? What are these kids going to learn about their game? Because I have a feeling it's going to be heavy transition down to the low post, because they're going to be using all 178,000 feet of the court.
I don't know if that's the correct reading of how many feet are on the court, but
it's math. It's math. Don't fight it.
I won't argue with math. Last time I fought with math, I ended up with a black eye. Not this time. And when Jamar Davis can't get it to go, but that's Kenyon Young with the follow-up. I'll tell you what I've seen from Kenyon Young so far. He seems to find a place that he's more ignited. He's doing the same things he maybe was doing before, but I think he's enjoying the team chemistry more. He feels a fit a little bit better, because so far this game and the prior two, what I've seen from him is exactly what you want to see from him. He's almost reminding me of Tyshawn Islam, who played for the Yacht Club before. He's doing the dirty work. He doesn't need a lot of the recognition. He's getting a lot of his buckets just off of offensive rebounds, putbacks, things like that. And he's playing dirty down low. I know you love those dirty players. And I believe Kenyon Young is going to be one of them this year.
Absolutely. And, again, I'm giving you all the flowers earlier. That might as well, you know what? It's not flowers today. It's going to be Mardi Gras beads from my man Ezra here today. So check it out. You talked about Kai Killens having that slow start. What are we learning about his game this year? He is doing great violent step to the back pocket and take it in and get the boom pow with the June gow. Boy, I swear to goodness, both of these teams are going to the rim. That was Julian Brown getting it done there, giving a jazz funeral to the Yacht Club.
Julian Brown coming off the bench with a lot of energy right here. And Gulf Coast Lockdown, as we mentioned, kind of the home team here. That's Isaac Onea Franklin with the bucket there. Again, I have a lot of fans here. You're going to notice most of the crowd rooting for this Gulf Coast Lockdown team. That's an advantage they've got over every other team in the field here. But right now, the Yacht Club does not care about your fans. They don't. Your fans can go do whatever. It doesn't matter. The Yacht Club came to play today.
Yes, they did, and we've seen them do this before, Ezra. We've seen them where they've come in, they put up the points early, and they make you play catch-up because they have the athleticism that can play par ball with anybody. Once they get a lead, it's hard to catch up to them, but I believe Gulf Coast Lockdown has the talent to do that, and they're going to start with the guy you mentioned, Kai Killens. The alley-oop, but no oop. We got the alley, but no oop there. Oh, somebody's feelings got hurt. Sent the voicemail.
Early, but no oop. I'll bring the oop later. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. But the idea of Kai Killens is learning how to be that complete player for his team, to put his team in a position to win. That was a long distance 3. I think that needed a phone card in order to get that call to go through. And I think that's the one thing that's developing with his game that I think his leadership ability is showing with how his team has been successful, even though he doesn't score well.
Well, 20-10, Yacht Club leads over the quote-unquote home team, Gulf Coast Lockdown. We'll be back for the second quarter.
Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey there, big guy. You look a little tired. Why don't you come over here and sit down? Yeah, come on. That's right, sit down.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Welcome back here, and I'll tell you what, they just brought us over some po' boys for lunch here, get lunch comped. It's the beautiful part of being a SimWorld TV superstar. Am I right, Maestro?
That's right, baby. That's right. That's right. Laissez bon ton lait, on kick la kele pole, okay, ça a la kala ili. So we're going to get it done here today. All day long, we're going to eat and call a game and talk Cajun.
You really shouldn't say that about lunch. It's really dumb.
The big Bob's on the snacks.
You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. Right now, this Gulf Coast Lockdown team just can't seem to beat the interior presence and the scoring from the Yacht Club. LeVon James looking good. Kenyon Young, as we mentioned before, has been very impressive inside, been quite a presence. Kai Killens, 1 for 6 with the SimWorld Prep Golden Boy. Kai Killens, the very slow start here in his first nationally televised game of the SimWorld Prep circuit. Oh, and Latrod King was about to try and send everybody home with that putback slam, but couldn't quite get a hold of the ball.
Julian Brown is going to learn. He had a great drop to the basket in the last offensive possession. He decided to do the up and under. He should have just went straight up and chose violence. He's going to learn not to make that mistake anymore, and he made me look good right there. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Appreciate you, fan.
Not that you need any help with that, but Julian Brown, I'm very impressed. I hadn't heard a whole lot about him, and he wasn't too big of a contributor. Did contribute in the first 2 games, but he's come out in this one. He has turned it on, has looked very good on both defensive end and getting to the basket on the offensive end. And so, hey, you know what? There's some guys, when the lights are on and you're on TV, you're broadcasted, you turn it up. And from a scout perspective, when you see a player who very clearly has that ability, are you worried that he's not going to turn it up for the non-broadcasted games where maybe there's a little less exposure? Or are you excited because you feel you can train at switch and you can teach him to flip it at any time?
So, a little inside baseball. Working as a scout and working as an advisor, I had organizations pretty much give you that guide. Sometimes they would say, well, this particular player seems to do well in the big moments. And they like that because that's something that is very difficult to teach or coach into someone. But there are other organizations who feel exactly the way you do, Ezra. They actually say, yeah, but they only turn up for the big games. What about the rest of the games when, ESPN isn't there? So you get the conversation on both sides. And I'm just going to say it this way. The player that responds in the big games, if they can show me in practice that they can be there, I have a feeling that other game is going to start to come up if I find a way to feed them in the right way.
Feed the big boys, and they'll
That's
continue to grow. Another three for this Yacht Club squad. That time it's going to be Koya Monroe with the three. Number 42nd ranked player in all of prep ball, getting the three ball to go, and he's leading them in scoring through this tournament so far with 15 points a game out of West Palm Beach, Florida. We're going to get a timeout here. Don't forget, we'll be back here next Saturday and every Saturday for the foreseeable future. Next Saturday, we got the Windy City Hoopers only tournament. Invitational, I'm getting word from the producers. That was not on my prep sheet, but thank you. Windy City Hoopers Invitational, only invitational. It's a mouthful, but it's going to be windy. There's going to be hoops. There's going to be me and Maestro. It's going to be a good time. Be here next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's before all your SimWorld U football starts, blah, blah, blah. But if you're a SimWorld prep junkie, you'll be right here with us.
Come on, let's get some. Let's get some. Let's get some.
What are they famous for up there? I'm not a big Chicago-style pizza guy, I'll tell you that. But they got some good food up there. And
hoagies, baby.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
We'll get some hoagies. We'll get some hoagies while we're up there. But Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Marquette at Dayton on CBS, I actually believe it'll be broadcasted through. And after that, there will be Duke traveling to Tuscaloosa to take on Alabama that Tuesday. Incredible slate of games there. Don't miss it. We got everything you need here. You're a hoops junkie. You're a prep basketball junkie. You're a college basketball junkie. Whatever your fix, we got it here for you.
I really cannot give enough Mardi Gras beats to the production crews that travel all over the country, get all this footage, produce all these games, give us all these stats. Those cats are living off finger sandwiches and monster drinks. And, they're getting it done.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a nutrition. Monster gets a bad rap, but you look at the ingredients, it's not that bad. It's a bad rap because it's a lot of weird dudes, unlikable guys who tattoo the logo on their body. And that's absurd.
Yeah, well, So talking about the young man Koya Monroe, can we really expect anything less of him? I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this. You're talking about a guy who's accomplished something that only 50 cats do a year. He's known as Mr. Basketball. He's been, he's considering Tennessee, Florida State, and Georgia Tech, which shows you that he has a brain, even though he's got Florida State in there. And a diverse young man too. The fact that he likes football, which very few basketball players really are into football. They might watch it, but very few of them into it. But he's also have that musical mind, which shows you that high level of intelligence that he's working with. So to be frank about it, I hate to say this, but he's somebody who I expect great things out of at any given moment.
Any given moment. And those are the kind of players that you're looking for if you're a SimWorld U scout in the building, which I hear that we have a few. I've confirmed we've got a scout from the LSU Tigers here, right in their backyard. Got one of them. Texas A&M has representatives here. There's a lot of SEC schools. Here in attendance down here in this Southern tournament, but a couple others that I haven't got confirmed. I get a lot of information, Maestro, but maybe not all of it, as Darius McBride draws the foul. Who in your head, if you're an LSU team right now who's struggling, 0-5, 0-6 actually I believe right now, 0-5 or 0-6. Again, I'm a SimWorld prep guy, but point is they're struggling. You've got this. You got that. Look, you have this great prep basketball being played. There's Kenyon Young again, dirty. I'll get to my point eventually. But maybe if they stop making spectacular plays, I'll be able to get to it. But anyways, you got this great tournament with incredible prep talent right in your backyard in New Orleans, only about an hour away from Baton Rouge where the school's located. Who are you here to see? Who can add what you need to that Tigers team, give them that boost, and hopefully turn them into a little bit better of a team next season?
Well, if I can stay away from the obvious, right? So I won't say Kai Killings because we know that he's on everybody's list, right? So I'm going to stay away from the obvious. I'm going to talk about players that might necessarily not be on the radar or on the market this year, but going into next year. A player that we just talked about, Sean Karosky. I'm sorry. Sean Karosky.
Kurosaki.
Yeah, thank you, Kurosaki. You know, a player like that who's showing you at 16, showing you this great diversibility, strong move in the paint. Showing this great diversity, showing you an ability to play with cats who are more seasoned than him and fit right in, because and it's not just athleticism with him, it's also the wisdom to know how to be in the right spot at the right time. I also would look at a player, and I'll just say this, of course, Carson Cutbirth, if you want that on the floor leadership, sort of the player that's going to give you what you need to help everybody be in the right spot. And if I were to go on the other side, you know, you already talked about Anthony Simmons. We already talked about Coy Monroe. We already talked about Darius McBride. But maybe the Kenyon Young that you mentioned earlier, or even, I'm just going to pull this out here. You have a 7-footer in Kylan England, who is at that coachable point, even though, yes, he's looking at Morgan State, he's looking at the Citadel. And the only thing that kind of worries me about him is that, you know, he likes gambling, but, you know, so Baton Rouge might not be the place for him with all those casinos over there. But you know, you have a player who has the one thing you absolutely cannot coach, and that is that 7-foot height. He has everything else you can coach. So a player like that has that sort of inline ability. That's what I'm thinking about. There's so much talent here. It's almost like going to Chuck E. Cheese, Cracker Barrel, and CiCi's Pizza at the same time. There's just so much stuff to eat. You just don't know where to start.
Absolutely, and I mean, you bring up a great point. I think it's what a lot of people don't realize about the change in levels. Not just, we always talk about difference in play and the difference in difficulty for the players. When you talk about coaching, you talk about putting together a team, there's a very different way you go about it once you get to the SimWorld U level. It is not always about just loading up on the top players in town. And a lot of people forget that. And in the prep level, you can kind of do that. If you get 4 of the top 10 players on one team in prep, you're likely going to win most games, and you may win it all very easily. When it comes to SimWorld U, it's a lot different. Yes, of course, you want to get some of those top guys, but you got to look at those guys, like a lot of the guys you just mentioned, who play a role, are comfortable playing a role, don't need to be that star player, don't need to be that guy doing their thing. They're looking to fill a role, and you need to build a team out around your star guys, filled with those guys who maybe don't get as much exposure at the prep level, but are very, very talented, can play with anybody, and are specialized in a role. You got to look for that. We see it all the time. Teams load up on talent in SimWorld U, and it doesn't always go the way you want it to. You look at the Duke team, they got three of the top 10 guys a few years back in Zion Williamson, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish. That team didn't win it all. They had some struggles. You look at this Miami team this year, and I know everyone's saying brush it under the rug. Oh, it's early. There's something going on there, because it's not all about how much talent can I accrue. You got to be able to coach the team. You got to be able to make something work. There's got to be a scheme in place. So no, you can't just go get the best guys you can get. You want to an extent, but you got to find guys who play well with them and fill that role. That's something the scouts are good at looking at. Sometimes coaches forget that. They want to get the best talent they can on the floor, but you got to look at fit. You have to look at fit.
Exactly. And where does that start, Ezra? In the locker room. Engagement in the locker room with your teammates, with your coaches, with your leadership, how that works out, how you put it together. If you do not engage there and figure, I'm just going to lace them up and go grab a bouncing ball on the floor, you are missing out on 80% of what it means to be a player in growth, a player with an opportunity for growth, and a player to being able to take advantage of that growth.
Absolutely. Avery Cook's got the and one to go there and gets the free throw. He's been very impressive so far, averaging 14 a game coming into this game. He's been their leading scorer, and he got quite a bump looking at the number 9 player in all of prep basketball. He's going to be getting some looks from everywhere.
Yes.
Come soon. Grew a little bit over the offseason, I believe. 6'11", 225. He's incredibly active on both ends of the floor in the interior. This is a guy that you look for to do a lot of those dirty roles at the SimWorld U level.
Absolutely. And again, Ezra, the interior defense on both sides is so strong, and now both teams are taking advantage of that. They're not only getting the stops, they're getting the ball back.
Ooh, Rizard Trayshawn. A great move to the bucket, gets it to go.
We're seeing some top-level basketball. Way to move without the ball, get yourself open. Good look. Oh, I think he was so surprised. He was so open. He didn't take the. He had more time than he thought of to get that shot.
Yacht Club coming the other way. Gulf Coast has closed this lead. Oh, to the basket, but again, great interior defense from Avery Cooks there again. Cyrus Jackson bringing it up the other way, trying to push it quickly, get something going, straight to the rack, gets it to go. Aggressive play there from Cyrus Jackson, would not take no for an answer.
And we're at a 2-point game there, Mr. Ezra. 2-point game now. Gulf Coast was down by over 10, and now they're in within 2. What do we say? That slow blade breaks the shield, baby.
Another 3 goes for this Yacht Club team.
They are finding a way to really capitalize on their interior game by now stretching it from inside to outside game. Once the team is able to do that, whether they're going from outside to inside, inside to outside, that game becomes more complete because why? Your area of destruction gets wider. In other words, you can score from so many different spots on the floor, you become mega dangerous.
Mega dangerous. Coin that one. I won it on a throw pillow in my living room. We've got a close game going into the half here. Mitra, what are you looking for this Yacht Club team to regain that kind of cushion they had early on to ride out until a victory?
Staying with their interior defense, their interior push. Don't lean on the threes so much, even though they have some great downtowners. Make sure that's the icing on the cake instead of the cake on the icing. And on the other side, for Gulf Coast, they're going to have to find a way to maintain their ability to limit the Yacht Club to 1 shot. So when they're doing that right now, they're being aggressive inside the paint, but they're limiting the Yacht Club to 1 shot per possession, getting the ball and getting back up quick. Again, this is a transition and low game, which means they're using every inch of the floor. Every
inch. You want to use every inch of the floor every time. This Yacht Club team, as we can see here, winning the rebound battle, the assist battle, looking good. We'll be back after this. And welcome back here for the second half of this semifinal game of the Battle in the Bayou. We're here in the Louisiana Sports Complex. Beautiful arena. They continue to compost food. Maestro, I'm going to have a tummy ache. Carson Cupworth starts us off strong. Just pulling up for a 3 in the first 5 seconds. The second half, you love that confidence. You can't go flying like that. We talked about this.
Hey, you know, I'm calling FAA right now. Be right back. Give me 1 second. Oh, my goodness. And what did we just see? A long 3, nice shot, but what happened? Hard transition back, score at the bucket. That's what these two teams can do, and that's what makes this type of game so exciting. And look at the Yacht Club. Pushing the ball up. If it's not there, they reset. This is great coaching. This happens during the week, and it's paying off here today. Get reset, a lot of good off-ball movement. No shot there. Moving, getting in traffic, see who's down low. No, okay, reset, step back, boom.
No, Maestro, don't try to make sense of what just happened like that was a normal play. That was just Darius McBride deciding he was going to score and just doing some crazy stuff. Oh, that was insane. And I'll tell you what though, Maestro, you look at a team right here, Gulf Coast Lockdown, who's been down this whole game. Here's the positive I take of them. First of all, great play by Avery Cook, seeing him expand his game to mid-range 8er like that. Here's what you take as a positive if you're Gulf Coast Lockdown right now. Kai Killens is not having a strong start to this one, did not have a great first half, and you're still only trailing by 4 points. You get your guy going and Kai Killens right here, you can pull out a win, no problem.
Kai also represents something else. He represents that player that there's a level of comfort and calm about him that gives his teammates the freedom to do what they need to do to stay in the game, whether he's scoring or not. And that is rare leadership quality at any level, but especially at this level.
Yacht Club moving it around the perimeter. I don't know if you've noticed, Maestro, although I'm sure you have because you notice everything. Oh, Kenyon Young down low has been unstoppable on the board. That's not Kenyon Young's apology. Similar haircut, but that was Anthony Simmons. But both of them, I'm glad that it was someone else because I'll mention that both of them have been unstoppable on the offensive glass, have both been eating it for breakfast. We're going to want to get them directly to a hospital to check out those internal organs after this.
Absolutely. What they're doing as big men, you get the ball down low, and then you decide to go up and say, this is how we do this.
More big play here, and I just saw someone throw beads across the bleachers. I'm not sure why, but they're excited about that play.
Well, you know how you get bees. We won't say that. There's kids in the room, but you know the deal.
I do not know the deal.
I'll tell you in the break.
Okay. Over to Kai Killens, who struggled, takes a step back, gets it to go, and maybe that's what he needed just to see a tough shot go. Hopefully you'll see him get going after this. Gulf Coast Lockdown cuts it to a 2-point deficit. And hey, while we're taking this timeout break, go ahead and Google best sports roleplay experience in the world. It's SimWorld. Actually, don't Google it. Don't Google it, because I'm already telling you. But engage here. Go ahead and get active. Check out the media feed. Check out everything. Be a fan. Be a player. Be a coach. Whatever you are. Wear a couple hats, you know. You'll love basketball. You'll love sports. You'll love prep basketball here, which I love more than anything. Just make yourself known. Make yourself known. Get in there, be active, and that's what this whole experience is all about. You want to help us grow. You want to help yourself grow. The more eyes that are on SimWorld, the more eyes that are on you as a player, coach, or whatever it is that you do here. Whether you're the guy who gets us water or the guy who sits under the bleachers because you're afraid of social interaction, you want more eyes on you. Maybe not that last guy, but everyone else, you want more eyes on you. So go ahead. Like the video, comment, subscribe, send it to everyone you know. If they like sports, they're going to like SimWorld. And just stick with us. There's a lot coming.
Absolutely. And guess what? You're with a group of people who are like-minded, who like sports, who loves the hoop, who love talk other sports, love talk about the connections of sports and the world. You're with the community where you are with your own, you are safe, you are fun, and there's something for you at any given moment on any given day. Come and hang out with us, man. Let's go and do what we got to do to make this universe even bigger and enjoy each other's company, because we found each other now, so let's don't let go.
And Yacht Club, the ball back, had a harder time defending this Gulf Coast Lockdown squad in the second half, but have done just as good of a job scoring the ball, going for another 3. They've been shooting the lights out so far here today, Maestro.
Yes, but guess what? Gulf Coast is doing what they need to do, limiting that one shot, bringing it back up. They're down by 2, a chance to take the lead or at least tied up in this particular possession.
And I don't know if you noticed, Maestro, but your guy, Kylan England, that 7-footer, was the one who took that 3 on the last possession. There he goes, flying through the air again. Maestro, get your guys under control. This is a no-flight zone.
My goodness gracious. You know, I'm going to have to write him out the wheel. He keeps that up. He's just endangering the entire universe.
Not safe. All right, we've seen some ball handling here from Ezekiel Bull. Oh, get to the rack, but there's Kylan England with the rejection. Great job, quick feet stand with Ezekiel Bull and using that 7-footer length to get the block. Kicks it out. Koya Monroe gets the 3. I'll tell you what, it's not a 3 long too, but they are shooting the lights out from deep.
Yes, they are. When you can shoot, when you can score on the inside with violence, the way they're doing with their bigs, and then score from the Yacht Club has the most rounded game so far here today, and they're making Gulf Coast pay the price for being behind. Now that 3 was timely and needed because they need to stay in sight. Don't count Gulf Coast out yet, because once they find their groove, once they're big bullets, look at that interior defense again. I just can't say it enough, Ezra. No soup for you.
No soup for you. That's Craig T and a slam from Ezekiel Bull, but Craig T hits the 3 coming off the screen. Great catch and shoot. Lockdown defense on the other end, then pushes the ball up to Ezekiel Bull, showing that he can do a lot. You're one of the scouts in the building. You're taking a look at Craig T right now. You're never going to stop looking. You're never going to stop looking at Koya Monroe. I'll tell you that.
The movement without the ball, you know, can we just mention how prep coaches do such a great job in the lab and the classroom with their players to get them used to being able to play in multiple systems. The Yacht Club has shown us all 5 types of game today. Strong outside to inside, strong inside to outside. Clear out, substand, triangle force on the strong side. I haven't seen a weak side triangle play yet. That's kind of hard to do at this level. It's a lot to teach. But also, what have we seen? Strong transition, which breaks down to 3 phases in itself. You can't say enough about what these coaches are able to do, and the Yacht Club are showing off everything like that. Make Maestro look good. There you go. It takes a lot, trust me.
Down low, Onye Franklin with it. We haven't seen him contribute a whole lot in this game. He was an off-season darling, and he hits a turnaround there. Drew comps to guys like Dwight Howard with the way his interior presence was. He showed out in a lot of those off-season tournaments we saw and became quite the talk around town, but maybe still getting comfortable here in this organized team of Gulf Coast Lockdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Kenyon Young, says Isaac Onye Franklin, Isaac OG Onye Franklin, whatever they say. I'm not hip to the times, but gets the foul and converts. Kenyon Young, I am incredibly impressed with what I've seen from him today.
What about the pass from Koya Monroe? What about the pass from Koya Monroe? And again, when I talked about the three types of transition game, what did we see the Yacht Club do here? So I'm going to basketball nerd on you for a minute. We tried to force transition coming up. It wasn't there. We reset our offense, but we reset our offense deep, which means whoever's handling the ball at the 6 o'clock spot on the floor from the rim steps back almost to the timeline. And what that allows you to do, to get back court movement, to get front court movement, off ball action, where you're turning that half court possession into another half transition game. That is a high level of coaching. That is a high level of execution. Everybody, you need to bracket that part of the tape from today's game. I'm sorry, don't use tape anymore. Video from today's game, and study that, because that is an element that will make every team dangerous. Oh, what a no-look pass!
Beautiful play there, and Yacht Club just will not let Gulf Coast Lockdown catch up with them. But as you mentioned earlier, it's all about staying within striking distance. You want to be in that single-digit margin come 5 to 4 minutes left in the game, and you've got a chance.
I like the energy. I like the forcefulness. I like Isaac Onye Franklin doing what he does, but he needs to do a little less posing after his shots and start following them, because all that dancing does not make them go in.
I mean, dancing may not help in that way, but I think it's worth it.
Great move by Carson Cutworth, using the floor clutter to create screens for himself and to get to the rim uncontested.
Carson Cutworth is a guy, as you mentioned, he's one of those guys that he's a little undersized, but you like the way that he controls an offense. He's a little floor general out there, and he's going to get some looks. He's going to get some looks to some decent schools come his time to commit, and a couple of the scouts in this building are going to be looking at him today.
Yes. Cyrus Jackson going to learn something from that last possession, that last defensive possession. He was out of place the entire play, and guess what? It was taken advantage of. At this level, you cannot be 3 steps behind your teammate or who you're guarding, because you're going to put your whole team in danger.
Well, dangerous right now territory for Gulf Coast. That's going to be the end of our third quarter. And we've got Yacht Club continuing to lead. We'll be back after this.
I'd like to order French fries. I'd like to order French fries, a burger, and a milkshake. This is a library. I'd like to order French fries, a burger, and a milkshake.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Kamal Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the 3 in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The 1 twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price, push up the stock, build up your name, stir up the pot, piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast facts, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes, tipping, shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin'. Rick Blaze hit 'em with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
And we are back here at the Louisiana Jim, and I'm sorry. Every time I say it, I can't help but start to laugh. And Gulf Coast Lockdown is down by 9, trying to find a way to get back in it. They're getting some good play, but the Yacht Club is giving us some great play in all aspects of not only the offensive game, but the defensive game. And we're starting to see the Gulf Coast starting a little bit pressure downside. Great move inside there by Avery Cooks, but he took it off of a great feed. The passing in this game has been really top-notch across the table, as well as the interior defense and the fact that there are both teams are crashing the rim hard, and with a little violence there with the great feed, push it into the point. Gulf Coast Lockdown is trying to find their voice, trying to get the crowd back in it, and the crowd is lovely today. The shorts are amazing, I must say. Okay, so my broadcast partner, Ezra, had to take a little moment there in the little Bede's room, if you want to say, and a little technical difficulty, but now he's hopefully back with us and safe. Are you with us there, Ed?
Yep, sorry, I got lost in the sauce, found a couple beignets, and now I'm having a sugar rush. So pretty excited. Someone gave me a Mountain Dew Code Red, and so we are here for the fourth quarter. Gulf Coast Lockdown try to do something. We saw Kai Killen just come out of the game. We've not seen him play a whole lot here in the second half. Coach Heesh noticing that he's having a tough day and getting some other guys time on the floor. Julian Brown just came in for him. He's looked really good. Sean Kurosaki with that last dunk. We're seeing a very well-rounded Gulf Coast team. Both teams looking well-rounded, but I think the lack of production from Kai Killens is really what's keeping this Gulf Coast Lockdown team behind right now.
Yes, he's producing in everything else but the bucket. And let's just be honest, Gulf Coast doesn't have anyone strong enough to fill his shoes when it comes to that particular part. Oh, great defensive play. Don't give up. Keep doing what you got to do. Let me wipe your face a little bit right here, Ezra, and we're going to get you a spit shield here in a minute, and you're going to be okay.
I don't know about that. Not if we keep getting top-level basketball like this. I might just flip the table.
There you go. Let's go. Let's go. And the crowd is trying to give it to him. The crowd is trying to give it to him.
Ashton Rollins with the slam. He just big boy toughed his way right to the rim for that slam.
If I am one of the Gulf Coast Lockdown coaches, oh
my God, it's a dunk contest in here.
And I am not Rizard Treshawn there, great move with violence in the paint. I will do all of Cyrus Jackson's defensive cut-ups, and I will sit down with him and say, okay, young man, let's take a look at this. Oh, okay.
Toya Monroe.
Hold up, I'm ordering some orange paint from Home Depot because we got to redo the rims after this game. Be right back. Give me 1 second. And deliver. Yes, okay.
I didn't know you handled the those things for this arena, this facility. That's very cool.
I'm just trying to be a friend. Trying to help them out, as we are a community here. That's what we do here, because show your support for the best sports community in the game. You can join us on all the various social medias, from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram to MySpace to But let's go. Let's run up some numbers and have some fun. You can follow us, join us, be a part of the conversation, no matter where you are. Get a few minutes in a day. You want to talk about some sports, want to talk about some hoops, talk about anything. Reach out to us. Trust me, we're gonna be there waiting for you, and we're gonna be there talking with you.
We will. Go ahead and follow those. Like Maestro said, I mean, don't be a lame. Don't be a lame. I follow them all on all 6 of my social media accounts. Run it up. We do. And there's always opportunities for you to gain something out of it as well. There's EM giveaways on the reg, as they say.
Yes.
These days.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't miss out on those. You want those EMs. You want your packets to be. Trey Willis. I'm hearing Trey Willis just won 250 EMs. Thanks for being with us today. Shout out Trey Willis. Shout out B-Ron out there in the stream today. Can't be here like he was with us for that other tournament, but honestly was causing some issues. Was a little wily in the stand. So B-Ron, good to see you out there, Coach Simpson here in the building watching, scouting. Yeah, it probably is a. I'm sure they said something to him after some of those antics last time.
And I just hope he's wearing a shirt. That's all. Oh. There's some amazing interior passing happening here on both sides. Gulf Coast is finding their, and that, I hate to say it, but they're being scrappy. I can't believe I used that word on purpose. You can go on and kind of give me a little slap right now. I actually used the word scrappy, a word I said I would never use as an announcer, but Gulf Coast is being scrappy. I just said it 4 times. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you just keep using that word. I'm getting our producer messed up. It was not Trey Willis. It was Trey DeRozan. Our producer screwed the pooch on that one. It was actually Trey DeRozan, who's in the building with us today. Is his Lone Star basketball squad is in our second game of our second semifinal game here, trying to get to the finals here, where he will face either the Yacht Club or Gulf Coast, depending on how this one ends. Down low, Anthony Simmons over to Ashton Rollins, who gets it to go.
You know what? I don't want to make SimWorld look bad. I'm going to talk with our leadership and our administration and see if I can give Trey Willis 250 EMs from my own account just because his name got called. I'm sure he got excited, and then to find out he didn't win it. I've been there. I didn't go to junior prom because of that, and I feel bad for my man. I want to be there for him, so I'm going to talk to our leadership to see if I can give him 250 EM dollars from my own account.
Yeah, and 250 EMs goes a long way in SimWorld. I'll tell you what, you can buy 250 to 300 whole packets of ramen with 250 EMs. So that's big time. Thank you to. And in the future, and I know you're all asking, other than packets of ramen in college, what can you use EMs for? That is coming. Stay tuned. So just keep stacking those EMs, and one day you'll be the richest guy on the block.
And you can also get noodles too, not just ramen, but noodles. Sorry.
Yes, the noodles too. You gotta have the noodles.
Couldn't resist. And Gulf Coast is down by 1, finding a way, but rushing shots unlike they've been doing all day. We have a 1-point game there as we're looking at 68-67. We're going to see what both teams are made out of because they're doing such a great job all day. Very few mistakes overall, and which shows you that the stuff that's going on between Sunday and Friday is so strong.
So strong. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these kids are going to try and find their way into a prominent SimWorld U program. Some might take the mid-major kind of route and go to somewhere where they can be a star. Some might want to go compete with some of the top dogs and be a role player for some of the top dogs, the Kentuckys, the Alabamas, the Dukes, the classics. So we'll see where every one of these players is going to have their own storyline. That's a storyline right there. No look pass. Gulf Coast lockdown takes the lead and hits the magic number all in one play. They're here.
What? This not giving up, and look at this, following through, continuing to flash to the basket. Both teams. We said it was going to be high energy all game. Whoever comes out on top, they're going to need this next game just to get their breath.
And Kai Killen's going to try to turn it up here. 2 minutes left. This would be a great time for him to show up as other guys have carried the Gulf Coast to this point. Kai Killen's ready to show out and get this win, but Darius McBride goes right at the bigger Kai Killens and gets the bucket. Maestro, it's game time. We're under 2 minutes. We got a 1-point ball game. It's game time!
That was all about will. I am going to score. I am going to score. I am going to score.
You cannot stop me!
My goodness.
Avery Cooks looking incredibly strong right now on both ends of the floor. Gets the and one. Gonna have a chance to put him up by 2. And Coach, he's subbing out Kai Killens right now. I guess he likes what's gotten them to this point, and he's gonna continue rolling with it. Interesting choice by Coach Heesh to take out the number 2 player in prep basketball in the world right now, but his teammates here for Gulf Coast Lockdown have been getting it done without him, and you might want to just roll. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Maestro. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't break it. You know the rules.
I do my best.
And look at Gulf Coast with their largest lead of the day, 2. What a cross-court pass. Oh, downtown. Oh.
Another Toya Monroe.
Foot must have been on the line. No ghost threes here. We have a tie game. Ezra, what we gonna do? Oh my goodness, let's flip a table.
Before we flip the table, let's make sure that we get to eat lunch, because as you guys all know, if we don't hit a certain like count, the broadcasters, the commentators, and the producers as well, none of us get to eat lunch. So please like the video, subscribe, comment, share it with a friend, but only if they're like a cool friend. We're not trying to let any lames in here. Just kidding. We invite everyone. Everyone's included here at SimWorld. You're all special and near and dear to us. Like it, share it, comment on it, subscribe. Make sure we can eat lunch. I'm trying to get more po' boys and another Mountain Dew Code Red. And stick around. I know what you're thinking. Great game here. You're probably exhausted just from watching this great basketball, but we got AT Aliens taking on Lone Star Basketball after this. We'll see who's gonna face them. I don't even know what the finals is gonna look like right now, Maestro. We gotta get through this game first.
It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good.
Oh, tell him. I see a reserved seating section in this gym. There's not a lot of stars here today. They must be out on Bourbon Street.
You know what? I think I saw a couple of Saints, New Orleans Saints cheerleaders here because the Saints ain't playing that well, so they might as well come see some good ball. So I said it out loud.
Cam Jordan is in attendance. I talked to him earlier. Cam Jordan, the linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, is in attendance, as is Derek Carr.
Well,
both here to support this team. And Herb Jones of the New Orleans Pelicans is here watching some good prep basketball.
But at least for the Saints, they got one football player on the team. Oh, sorry. Just joking. Shot fired. Outscore, baby.
I don't know. Avery Cooks with a tough turnaround. Can't get it to go. Only 70 seconds left in this one. Not my favorite shot there.
Jinx.
Oh, Darius McBride gets the open three off the screen. Gets it to go. The Yacht Club by 3 with a minute left.
He moves so well. He moves so well without the ball and catches in platform and gets the shot up. Just watch that over and over, young shooters.
Avery Cook's going to go right back at the interior. Can't get it to go. Kenyon Young with the strong defense. And Gulf Coast is in trouble here. Yacht Club running. Ashton Rollins. It's blocked. Avery Cook saves the day. And Gulf Coast back the other way. Oh, my God. It's pandemonium in here.
Loving it. Love that energy. What's going on here? That was the first 2 missed shots in nearly 3 minutes. Gulf Coast is not rushing. They're settling for the 2. Oh.
Avery Cooks misses inside and immediately fouls. That was Ashton Rollins. Much smaller defender on him, and he just couldn't get it to go. And Kai Killens is fired up on the sideline. You can tell he's probably frustrated. He hasn't been in for a lot of this late game. Up till now, Gulf Coast is looking great without him. Right now, you can tell his frustration's boiling over a little bit, maybe thinking, if I was in the game, if I was getting these shots, something different could have happened.
Now we also have to keep in mind it could be another lesson that Coach Heesh might be trying to teach right now. We know how outspoken Killens is. We know how much he inserts himself into the activity of the game, and now we see him coming back in. You know, maybe that was a teaching moment right here. Say, okay, you see what's going on now. This is what I need you to recognize. This is what's going on here. And oh, by the way, the nuclear bomb's about to go off. You need to disarm it.
Now, wait a second. There's a bomb? Wait a second. I'm Maestro. Here we go. 4-point game. Maestro, does Gulf Coast lockdown? How do they save this one? We're in their city. They've got fans here. They've got Saints players here. Pelicans players here. And they're looking at a tough hill to climb here with 19 and a half seconds. But I'll tell you what. If Yacht Club wins this, they're going to have a tough matchup in the finals. AT Aliens versus Lone Star. Coming up after this, your 2 favorite guys, Maestro and Ezra, will be on the call for that one as well. We don't stop. We don't take breaks. We just drink Mountain Dew Code Red. That's all we do, all day, every day. So we'll be up and ready for this next one after this. AT Aliens, Lone Star. But Maestro, right now, if you're Coach Heesh in this huddle, what are you drawing up? What's the game plan here? Down by 4 with 19 and a half seconds left.
Inbound pass to 3, take the 3, crash the boards. Get the rebound, put it back up, take the 2, foul. Keep yourself close. That's what I would do. I'd take a chance on with my best 2 3-point shooters. Give them a chance to try to give them a good look off of a double screen, even a triple screen if I have to. Get that shot off, but have at least now at this particular point, I'm just going to say it, 4 jerseys need to crash the boards once that 3 goes up to give us a chance to either put it right back up to get 2 or kick it back out for another redemption 3, but it needs to happen quick. This shot needs to go off before 18 seconds are before 18 seconds are left on the clock. Otherwise, you got yourself in a world of hurt and a world of danger.
World of hurt does not sound fun. Cyrus Jackson's got it. They're taking a lot of time to set something up here.
Too much time.
Inside, back out. Rizard Trayshawn can't get it to go. Yacht Club with the board. Korosaki's going to foul Darius McBride. And that should just about do it, Maestro, if he can knock down one of these 2 free throws here.
I think even if he doesn't, it's absolutely done. The way they took that much time off the clock there, they almost gave up, Ezra, they almost gave up 10 seconds. You have 19 seconds left. You're down by 4. You need to give yourself an opportunity, and you can't do that by dribbling and passing. That's the time we need to shoot and act with action.
And they didn't do that here. The Yacht Club looking like they're going to go on to the finals here of the battle in the Bayou. An interesting thing here. It looks like the king of the Bayou after this one is going to be someone who's not Gulf Coast Lockdown. And I'll tell you what, Gulf Coast Lockdown is not going to be happy about this one on their home turf. They're not even going to make the finals here. There's some work to do.
Yes.
Coach Heesh and company.
And, I'll tell you something, the fans are there with them the whole time. That's what I love about this area. So knowledgeable about basketball, so much into the game, and they're with their players all the way to the end.
Another foul there. I think at this point it's just frustration. This can't be game plan. There's a second left. There's no point in these free throws. Frustration for Gulf Coast Lockdown. They're going to have a lot to talk about in their next practice. Carson Cutbirth already kind of chatting. He's not happy. You can see a lot of unhappy demeanors here for Gulf Coast Lockdown squad. They came in as the favorite to win this whole tournament on their home turf. They're not going to make the finals.
It might be a janky move, but I would probably tell my player at this particular point, miss this free throw. 1 second left. Let's just let the time go off the clock.
Yeah, let's just end this one. Let's get out of here. Rest up for the finals game. Ashton Rollins trying to pad his stats here. Gets it to go.
Yep, and I guess it stands true. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right?
Isn't that right? And that'll do it here. The Yacht Club moving on to the finals of the Battle in the Bayou, taking down Gulf Coast Lockdown 82-74, stifling Kai Killens, the number 2 player in the world. Thanks for being here with us. Lone Star Basketball and AT Aliens coming up next.
Je voudrais être seule avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais des nuits.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
Shades of evening fall, and shadows drift across the land. Oh, how I wish that you would call, 'cause being without you I just can't stand.
In the morning when I wake, I'm yours. And when you're gone away, I want you even more. I'm stuck on the thought of you. I'm sick like I caught the flu. I just wanna walk with you and tell you how I see.
Up all night, putting work till it's daylight. Yeah, inspiration ain't required. I go hard in the pain even when I'm tired. 'Cause tomorrow ain't promised. I give my all, ain't nothing left. No tomorrow ain't promised. There's no tomorrow, no tomorrow, no.
Welcome back here to the Louisiana Sports Complex for the second semifinal of the Battle in the Bayou. We've got Lone Star Basketball taking on AT Aliens. I'm back here with my guy Maestro. We're stocked up on Mountain Dew Code Reds, bottles of water, po' boys, beignets. We're down here. We're at it. We're absolutely chilling like villains. Maestro, what are you looking for in this matchup?
I cannot wait to see what these two teams are going to give us here today because, and I'm just going to say it, yes, Orion Toomey for the AT Aliens, you know what he does, but there's a guy I got my eye on because I really want to see what Joey Justins is going to bring to the table here today and see if he can put together that game that I think we all know that he has. What he's going to be able to bring to the table. And on the other side, just to go on and get it out the way, I love my, I love my Motejas Morbaskas, the Lithuanian assassin, as well as Kadarius Momofuku, number 99. The hell with
it. Yeah, a couple guys are going to watch. Again, a lot of scouts in the building today. Joey Justins, you mentioned, he's leading SimWorld, not leading, he's second in SimWorld Prep with 2 offensive rebounds per game. Very tough on the boards. He's a forward who stands at 6'4", but plays a lot bigger than 6'4", I'll tell you that. Orion Toomey, another guy, number 11 in the world of prep basketball players. Incredible defender. They're going to need him here tonight to deter some of the size over here for Lone Star basketball. Vertically, not a whole lot of size for Lone Star, but very, very strong interior players. You mentioned Kadarius Momofuku. You mentioned Asher Moreno, another guy who joined the team this offseason. All very strong on the interior. Jamari Andrews, Trey DeRozan, who's been sensational so far in this tournament. They've got a lot of guys who are tough inside, and so we're going to need Orion Toomey to have his hands full all night for AT Aliens if they've got a shot here.
And say this, what Coach Simpson has done for Lone Star is trained his team to be not only effective and clear and clean from the downtown region of the game, but also to make sure that they get their players out in transitions to get easy buckets down low. And what does that tell you? That tells you that he knows that there's a vertical challenge, so to speak. How do we overcompensate that? We out athletic the other people.
I like that word. Trey DeRozan gets the 3 to go. He can do it from outside too. 6'9" out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Already the number 80 player in all of high school hoops, and he started off hot today. Oh.
Yeah. I wish I could take credit for that word there, Ezra, but I cannot.
Athletic.
Yep. Actually, Ezra, it's funny. You made me remember something. A special teams coach from college, I think his grip on English language was about like a Scrabble board. And he would say stuff like that all the time. Sometimes you got to athleticate the other dude. You got to athletic facilitize in the moment. And he had also had Coke bottle thick glasses, and he made his own ointments that would sometimes take off 5 layers of your skin, but you always felt better after you healed.
Always, and we've got Motejas Morbaskas here at the line. The Lone Star Basketball Club, one of the SimWorld Middle East players who was able to find a new home after the team disbanded last year. He's quite the player. He's now a starter here for Lone Star, and I think he's going to bring a lot of scoring on the perimeter and getting to the rim that this Lone Star team's going to need out of their guards.
Yes, Edward, I know I'm selfish. I just really hate to see when the team has to disband, what that means for not just the players on the floor, but, the organization itself, the media people, the people who watch the jerseys and everything else. It's just you talk about an entire family that, we see the players on the floor and they're learning. The great thing about SimWorld, yes, we see the players on the floor, we see them developing, we see them learning, right? But what they're learning because of the attention that they have, and these are 2 great moves into the basket by the AT Aliens, we're not going to let that go. What they're learning, and what you're learning at this level is this. There is a team that supports you, from the coaches to the organization, from the ownership to the media to everything else. And that idea of what that means, you're not just being taught by the English teacher who took gym in school. You're learning how to work within an organization, how to present yourself, how to push yourself and forward, not just on the floor, but in other things too. And no greater place to learn that than right here.
Done it all. That's why it's the most premier prep league in the world. Prep circuit, I guess you could call it these days. SimWorld Prep. Nowhere is going. The reason prep is in the name of this SimWorld circuit.
Yes.
And that's because it is the best preparation you're going to get for the next level anywhere in the world.
Thank you.
Arbauskis aggressive to the rack. He's going to get a foul drawn. Willie Stiles with the foul. Morbauskis will go back to the line for 2 more. And that's the aggression we talk about. And
Yes.
not a lot of people were paying too much attention to SimWorld Middle East, but if you did, you've seen what this guy can do. He's got great body control going to the rack, great athleticism. We saw some incredible slam from him. He's very quick with his first step. He'll blow by you, and that's how he draws those fouls. Once he gets you on his hip, he'll go up in the air, and he'll stay up in the air until you make contact with him, and that's when he's going to get the ball up.
Change his name to Rain Cloud. He's just going to hang there, and then drop it on you. And to say that he has that sort of control now, can you imagine once his body settles?
No, I cannot. And I'll tell you what, here's the great thing about that is a lot of people, you talk about, oh, they're high schoolers, they're obviously going to be crazy athletic. People misunderstand. Most people's athletic prime does not come until around the 26 to 29 or 28 to 30 kind of range. These kids, while they're supreme athletes, all of them are going to see upticks in that. And I don't know if Orion Toomey can have more uptick in that. What a powerful slam there.
We cannot say enough about his ability to be on platform at every part of his game, and that's something that you have to teach that at this level, right? You have to say, okay, son, here's why you don't jump on one foot here, or young lady, here's why you don't do a fade here. But his natural ability to always put himself on platform means no matter what shot he takes, no matter where he takes it from, whether it's from way downtown or underneath or coming off a rebound, he's always in a position to attack the bucket. And that tells you that he has an awareness that he has developed, and it is amazing to watch it happen.
It really is, and he's the kind of player who you see, his defense has been known for a long time, so seeing him develop on the offensive end is a very obvious thing to see. And speaking of obvious things, Maestro, if you're sitting here watching this stream and you're not subscribed, you haven't liked the video, I don't know what you're doing, but it should be criminal, and we will be making a citizen's arrest. Like it, comment on it, stay active in the chat over here. There will be more EM giveaways. You can chat it up with B-Ron, who's out there right now, just chatting it up with the fans. It's what he does. He's the nice guy, unless he gets on one of his hating sprees. But like it, comment, subscribe, stay tuned to get more B-Ron content, more Maestro content. And speaking of Maestro content, while we're here with all of our prep junkies, Talking Dirty, which is, in my opinion, one of the more excellent, maybe the most excellent show or podcast we have here in our Sim World. But that's going to be your source for all SimWorld prep information, all the analysis you need. You can even catch some dirty shorts, eat my shorts, you know what I mean, on that Bart Simpson type flow. And just don't miss out on the shorts. Don't miss out on Talking Dirty, the shorts. If you're a SimWorld prep junkie, you shouldn't miss an episode. Like, subscribe, comment, stay with us here. It's the best sports role-playing experience you're going to find anywhere in the world. And Orion Toomey might be one of the best high school defenders you're going to find anywhere in the world. So let's get back to the action.
I certainly thank you for that. And I want to say thank you to SimWorld for allowing me to have full-time use of the jet now, so I can come make a lot of these open runs, and I can also scout out some of the talent that's coming into SimWorld Prep. And given that latitude here, it's just really made my experience here even more wonderful than I could ever imagine it could be.
And it is. I'll tell you what, they take care of us here at SimWorld TV.
Yes, they do.
A little too much at times.
Yeah, but there's legal reasons. Yes.
And that is going to be a 3 from the corner for the AT Aliens. They're trying to keep this lead similar to the Yacht Club kept a lead all game until the very end, and then we're able to cap it off. It's never a bad thing to do. Take the lead early, keep the cushion. Tough take there. That's going to be Tyler Allen, team captain, going to get to the bucket there, get the bucket for Lone Star Basketball Club.
Playing from behind takes a lot of energy, Ezra, and everybody knows this. When you're trying to come back, and that's how you use an open under to the rim, But it takes a lot of energy to come from behind to get yourself back into a game, and then it takes even more energy to now take over that game. So when the team is down by a lot and make it back into the game, they've expended a lot of voltage, so to speak. And now they need to find more amperage to get themselves back into it. Great steal, takeaway, and finish there on that particular play. That's how you stay all the way through. You don't wait for anybody to catch up. If there's nobody in front of you, open floor to the rim.
Open floor to the rim there. Lone Star Basketball Club trying to close the gap. Again, you talk about the value of getting out to an early lead. It's not too late for them to still get an early lead here. The Lone Star trying to get it going. Can't get that one to go. ET Aliens coming the other way.
You can't press panic at any given point, but you surely cannot press panic early on. We saw what sort of a lead that the AT Aliens have, and now guess what? Lone Star Basketball Club has got themselves in within 6. That's technically 2 possessions if you want to get funky about it. So they're not out of the game yet. So you still have to play smart no matter what. Don't press panic. Keep playing your game. Seeing what's worked. Great drive there. That's how you finish it. You put yourself in a position to do well. And again, the strength of your game, and that was I missed that number, Mr. Ezra. I apologize.
It was Jamar Andrews there.
Yeah, great move to the basket. Again, those little things are going to matter. He could have saved 2 steps and been right to the rim without any contestation. Maybe he wanted it just because he wanted to prove a point, how athletic he is. That thing goes on too. So let's just be smart about how we handle this. But Lone Star is nowhere near being out of this game.
No, very early. A lot of time left. When we saw it, both coasts was down more than this early, and they were able to come back, not take the victory. But Trey DeRozan looking tough. I'm impressed with his versatility so far. 6'9". He's not quite, D'Angelo Jordan type, but he hit a 3 earlier. He's shown he can do a lot. AT Aliens with the lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back for the second right after this. Come back here. Semi-final here for the Battle in the Bayou. Winner of this one will take on the Yacht Club in the finals, which will come up right after this. We're not done yet. It's a gauntlet here on SimWorld Prep Saturdays. We love it. That's why we've got 12 whole cases of Mountain Dew Code Red to keep us amped up and going. And right now, AT Aliens are pretty amped up and going right now. They come out strong. They're attacking the basket. Lone Star Basketball keeping up well. Both teams still trying to figure out their flow to the start of the season and who is going to be able to kind of find that guy who can push them over the top today.
Most of our people who don't know, Ezra doesn't know that he doesn't have 12 cases because he's already drank 6. So just hang on.
Maestro, my parole officer watches these. Chill.
The idea here of these two teams here filling each other out here as we start the second quarter. But look at that great block. Way to stand there, not let it be that easy, and to use his athleticism to do what? Jump vertical like a volleyball player, and to be able to reach forward for it to allow himself to be in the lane of the shot. That's why he was able to get the block without a foul.
And ATL is going to inbound the ball here. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. What do they got drawn up for this situation here? Try and get a bucket. That's going to be Trayvon Patrick with the step back 3. Can't get it to go.
A little too strong. A little too strong. But good idea. Caleb Walker, who had that great block on the last transition, now with the roll around 3. That's how you get it all the way through. You use every single bit of the rim. That's how you get your money's worth from that quarter.
Aliens back on this end, going back to Trayvon Patrick. And this time going to take it inside. Draws the foul. Can't get it to go. That's going to be a foul on Caleb Walker. Trayvon Patrick will go to the line.
You know what? I will take that foul from Caleb Walker. Why? Because he showed us that he can play defense. He can play in position. In that particular case, he got caught out of position. What did he do? He's going to make him earn it from the stripe. That's actually the kind of mistake that is not going to get a yell from a coach, but I see what you're trying to do. Trust yourself. Know that you're going to make that move better next time.
It's it to go. No easy basket. You can't bring weak stuff in here in SimWorld Prep. You're gonna get hit.
Not today, Jelly Belly.
Jelly Belly. Like that. 2-point lead here for AT Aliens. Lone Star coming back up the court. And I'll tell you what, so far I've been most impressed on Lone Star's side with more baskets. And Trey DeRozan has looked very good. We've seen him hit turnaround jumpers in the mid-range. We've seen him hit a three. We've seen him get to the rim well. He seems to be that all-around guy that's going to lead this team. Almost giving kind of a, I almost want to say, I'm going to give a comp here to some SimWorld Prep alum that we all know and love. It's almost a cross, and I'm not saying he's as good as the two combined, but he almost has that D'Angelo Jordan frame and ability to shoot a little bit, but then you couple it with the power of Arthur Lattimore, the Lone Star alum inside.
Great call.
Not quite as good as either of them in one specific situation, at least not yet, but I really like the versatility I've seen from the young man from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Great call. Not a good call, Ezra. Great call. That's a great eye by you, young man. I tell you, that you know, when you see those abilities and you see them start to spark in the right way, those are the positives that definitely come out of that.
Avon Patrick to the rim, shake and bake. Ricky Bobby with the slam.
My goodness gracious, that made all of the people here in New Orleans go, ooh, hey, Pocky way, baby.
Yeah, I concur. And Lone Star back with it. The jumper goes for Tyler Allen, team captain. 6'5", 205 pounds. He's got a nice frame, and he's shown the ability to get it done on his own, creating his own shots. You'll love to see that.
Yes, very strong mid-range shot. Very, very well done. In traffic, gave himself just the 2 feet he needed to make that happen, and that's exactly how you play the game when you're a mid-big, and he's right underneath the mid-big range at 6'5".
Right underneath the mid-big. What's underneath the mid-big range? Small big range?
The big little range.
Big little. Gumbo shrimp.
There you go. Grilled shrimp.
Can't get it to go. That's Benjamin Alexander in the leg.
Shrimp scampi. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't get me started on shrimp scampi. One of my favorite dishes. Tyler Allen to the rack, can't get it to go. Tyler Allen started out as a football player and realized that he loved basketball even more than his first love of football, and ever since it's been all jets ahead for him when it comes to the hardwood.
And I said something that's going to make some people mad. He was too athletic on the play. That's why he missed it. He got up so high. I think he basically took himself out of leverage by altitude and didn't give the ball a chance to fall in the rim. That's where the control is going to come in. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just the fact that he was so athletic that I think he athleticized the actual, not only the play but the gym on that particular move. Very, very powerful.
Yes, his athleticism was all over the place.
Look at my boo doing his thing.
Ray Maxwell travels a long way to play with the AT Aliens, up from Boston, Massachusetts. Gets that one to go. He's already getting looks from some big-time programs in Florida and UConn. I'm sure he'll get some more. When you got looks from schools like that, you can assume that more looks will come. Oh, what a tough bucket there. Tyler Allen on the move with that jumper.
Just what a strong game. What we're seeing is both of these teams, just like before, they've got 2 games under their belt. They performed well. They've done what they needed to do, and now things are settled in. They know how their body feels. They know what works. They're used to the lights. That's very important, by the way. They're used to the lights. They're used to the background. They're used to the depth perception on the court. All those things are playing in now. Where now they're just playing ball.
Playing ball, and that's all we really want to see. Lone Star Basketball Club. Get to go other way. Joey Justins can't get it to go. Back and forth here for these two teams.
Lone Star Basketball has the opportunity to take the lead in this particular play. Their first lead, I believe, all day.
And they're not going to take the lead. You jinxed them.
Yeah. What happened there that didn't happen before? That shot, no backup. I think he kind of went maverick on his own there. It wasn't in the flow of the offense. And you put yourself in a position to do what? Not be successful. You can't do that to your teammates. Don't press. Don't rush. Don't hurry. Do what you got to do. Stay in your game. That shows a sign of maturity and awareness that you have to start developing right now.
All about development here in SimWorld Prep. And coming the other way is going to be Lone Star. That's Ashton Moreno with the rebound. Out to Tyler Allen up top. He seems to be a guy that they like the ball in his hands. Can't get it to go. Great defense by Benjamin Alexander, but the follow there from Ashton Moreno to put it back in.
See how different that was in the flow of the game. What happened? He had backup on the rim. What did you see? Now they have their first lead. Those possessions should be bracketed back to back, and the coach can say, here's how we don't do this, and here's how we do this.
And don't forget, if you're a SimWorld Prep junkie or you're a SimWorld U junkie, you probably love good basketball. And Tuesday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, Marquette is traveling to take on a sneaky Dayton team, Maxim Bynum. The center for that team has been incredible in the post. We'll see how Marquette handles it. And after that, we've got a powerhouse battle as Duke travels to Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on the undefeated Crimson Tide. DJ Childs, Quincy Henderson, Levin Cutler, and crew. Can they stop Cooper Flagg? Don't miss that one. Early game of the year candidate on Tuesday. It all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I know what you're seeing, it's on SimWorld TV, but I believe it will be on CBS Sports, so don't go to the wrong channel. Just come here, we'll simulcast it for you, right at SimWorld TV on YouTube. We'll do that for you. We'll do you a favor, and we'll simulcast it for all you. So you don't got to go find CBS. Just come here, SimWorld TV on YouTube. We'll have these great matchups. Be there or be square. I don't care. Be there.
That's a great call by you. And if I can drop a little SimWorld U talk here, I know I'm the prep guy, but it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how in the world of SW, Alabama is become a basketball program in a way. And I think of what happened with the University of Tennessee back in the 80s, late 70s, going into the 80s, with Coach Fulmer building that football program up. Ended up having such great players that got so much attention to that school, but they use that success to build on their basketball programs, specifically what Coach Pat Summitt was able to do with the women's basketball team and how it sort of changed the way that program was looked. And then her coaching the women's basketball team end up with such success, helped to rebuild, ironically enough, the men's football team as well as the volleyball teams and tennis teams. So when one program is successful, like the University of Alabama had with football for so many years, that success builds into other teams. Yes.
Yeah, you see that a lot because, I mean, look, people don't like to talk about it, but college athletics, SimWorld U and otherwise, it's a business. And when you're bringing in the revenue from one sports program, it's going to overflow into the others. More resources, better facilities, more access to recruiting tools, things like that. And it's going to have an overflow effect if you can have a team with the kind of dominance for a long period of time that Alabama football had, Tennessee women's basketball had, all the likes. Kentucky basketball even did something similar. You see that a lot. But halftime here is a last shot falls. Lone Star Basketball Club takes a lead going into the half, 33-31. Maestro, what are you looking for here in the second half? What players have caught your interest, and who needs to show out to get the win for their team?
Trey DeRosa has shown me something for Lone Star. His ability to be able to sort of step in there, be on all aspects, play in all aspects of the game as strong as he has. I think it's been like I said, but not just impressive, but also not really surprising. So it's really nice to see. On the other side, let's just be real about it. Joey Justice is kind of finding his spot here, but I really want to see more out of Frey Maxwell. Of course, Orion Toomey is showing up and doing what he needs to do when he needs to do it. But I think once they get their unified game together, this second half should be so interesting that it's going to be scary.
I like that thought. Well, get ready to be scared. We'll be back with the second half right after this. We're coming back here in the Bayou. Welcome back here. The second half of this semifinals game. We're in the Bayou. We're having a good time. Almost too good of a time. Maestro, do not tell my mother. I know that you're in communications with her, but please don't tell her. Great game we got here. Lone Star Basketball Club finally took a lead right there at the end of the first half. And both these teams coming out strong today. Going to make some halftime adjustments. If you're ATLians, what are the halftime adjustments you're making? Because they came out of the gate looking strong, looking very good, like they had a handle on this game. And Lone Star has been able to just, oh my God, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ.
To not do that. That's what I would say. What do you do? Momofuku showing that internal defense. ATLians, they do not need to relax. They played such a great game, inside out and outside in, and in their transitions, been able to take the lead on the transitions, but they were also getting stops. They stopped getting, not only did they stop getting stops, but they also stopped taking smart shots, and this is now, I think, the 7th possession in a row. I started my hashtags late, where they put up a shot where the team was not in position to respond, to be able to get the rebound or be able to support the teammate who took the shot, and they've been late on the back take just like that. That was a great pass that just brought us in, and guess what? Lone Star make them pay.
They do. Lone Star upping their lead again, playing great defense in the late first half and to start this second half. ATLians gets that one to go. Willie Stiles, one of their better shooters, comes off a screen on the baseline, gets a wide open jumper to go. It's all about that off-ball movement. I think people forget. Everyone wants to be that shooter. Everyone wants to be that Steph Curry, that Damian Lillard. But you know the guys who are more valuable, because unless you can do those things at an incredibly high level and efficiency, you want to be the guy who can move without the ball. Because, you know what, Maestro? I take all that back, because you even look at guys like Steph Curry, who's revolutionized the shooting game. You know what he does better than anyone we've seen in a long time? Or just as well as we've seen a lot of people do? He moves off the ball incredibly well, and people forget that. You have to be able to move off the ball as a shooter.
Absolutely, because why? You're going to have someone on you who doesn't want you to get the ball, so you're going to have to sometimes run to 2, 3, sometimes even 4 screens that you have to create on your own to put yourself in a position to receive the ball. And you see players like Steph Curry, players like Reggie Miller, players like Robert Horry, players that are able to put themselves in a position to be open, catch on platform, and release quickly. What does that tell you? That there is an awareness there that I have to move, otherwise I'm no good to anyone.
That's how it goes, but it's multifaceted, as a lot of things, small details in the game of basketball are. Not only is it how you get yourself open for good shots and have good team chemistry flowing through. You talk to anyone who's defended a Stephen Curry or defended a Kyle Korver, JJ Redick, Ray Allen, those type of players who are those shooters, they'll tell you that by the end of the game, they are exhausted.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You got to run through so many screens. As you get to the late game, those guys are tired of following you around, and you're going to get open looks.
And that's why when you see some of the better defenders, right, they don't try to run through the screens. They run to the spot where you're going, i.e. the Scottie Pippens, the Kobe Bryants, the players
Tony Allens,
thank you. They say, okay, I'm not going to try to bust through all these screens. I know that's your spot over there. So what I'm going to do is, as I see you rushing me through the screens, I'm just going to take a step back and run faster and meet you at the spot where you want to be. So guess what? I'm not exactly bruised up. I'm trying to run through so many bodies.
Yep, it's all about stamina when you got to be the guy defending those high-level shooters.
And I used to love.
I miss Kyle Korver.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I used to love that responsibility. I was shadowing a guy in a game, and I was shadowing so much that I actually went to their bench during a timeout and got called for a tech. And I didn't even realize I was on the. I was just all up in this guy's shorts the whole game. Time I got called, he goes to sit down. I sit down next to him, and the ref thought I was trying to make him funny, and I wasn't. But I got hit with a tech because I was sitting on the other team's bench.
You're just so locked in. Great pass by DeRozan. Lone Star gets the bucket to go. And Maestro, I love knowing that you were one of those dudes. Just so locked in and zoned into the game, you forgot that timeouts were a thing.
DeRozan is showing his game today. Just, you know. Momo Foco said.
I believe that's Jaden Collins.
Momo Foco said, "No soup for you. Don't you bring no cornrows to a dreadlock party."
What? I've never heard that one.
It's mad. Don't fight it.
Well, I have my juice ready for your famous gin parties whenever there's an invite.
We gonna get some of that today, buddy. We gonna get some of that today, fam.
Oh, what a three there, Corey and Shelley. Great two-way forward for the ATLian, showing off his shooting prowess.
These two teams are going to need a mental nap because they're playing at a high level across the table. It's more back and forth than I think people realize. Oh, way to take advantage of a mistake. You saw your defender step back against the screen thinking you were going to step back for a fadeaway. You see the open floor, you run it to the hoop. That is exactly how you try to coach. Open space is always a good thing. Caleb Walker getting it done, showing a high IQ and response on that particular play.
High energy basketball. We've got two great semifinals games. All you can do is hope that the finals lives up to what they've set. Oh my, what a spin move to the lane! Frey Maxwell is having himself a great game today.
Make me look good, because I said I want to see what he's going to bring the second half, and what did he show us there? That ability to do that shadow step. You think I'm gonna step back? He sees his defender relax. He sees his defender relax. What does he do? Step into the violence to get himself to the rim. Very well done.
Step into the violence. You heard it here first. Let the bodies hit the floor is the popular soundtrack, will tell you. Can't get the three to go there, the ATL.
Ezra, sometimes I wish our audience could hear our amazing production team in the truck with the comments that they make and the stuff they feed us. Boy, talk about a team effort and just everybody just such a high level of performance and awareness in the game. I feel like we're on our own team ourselves. That's just world-class, top-notch championship level.
We absolutely are, and I'll tell you what, Luther out there in the truck does sometimes forget that his mic is hot. Well, game.
Yes, he does. Love you, Luther.
Wild part. Yeah, Luther, you're doing great back there, buddy.
I love you, Luther. Love you. Well,
ATLians with it here, 2-point lead as the third quarter is winding down. They get it inside. Orion Toomey trying to expand his offensive game, show off that he can play both ways. These SimWorld U scouts in the building, but he's going to kick it back out.
Oh!
Great defense. And through the first two, this is something to watch. We keep talking about Orion Toomey expanding that game because defense is something that you want as a base over an offensive player. In my opinion, if I'm a scout looking for someone, I can train you up on how to play good offense, teach you some things so you can contribute on that end. Defense, though, is a lot of intangibles, and Orion Toomey has that. But as we watch him expand his game throughout the SimWorld Prep circuit this year, what I do want to notice is through the first 2 games of this tournament, 4 assists per game he's averaging. If he can be one of those guys who not only defends the post, but facilitates from the post, that's going to be huge for him when it comes to making the next level.
Prepsters, please take what Mr. Ezra Weinstein just said and make that your ringtone. Please. I don't think, Ezra, I hope they realize the platinum you just laid out on the table right there. Being able to facilitate as well as defend, those two tandem aspects of the game, what you can bring to the floor as a player is, there's not even a word past invaluable, is there? Because it's beyond invaluable. And that and being able to make sure you're a good passer and also a good defender, those 2 things will open up so much, not just for your team, but for yourself.
Those are the intangibles you look for. Well said. Here we go. Lone Star is going to have the final possession here. Trey DeRozan to the rack. Can't get it to go. Great defense again. Willie Styles going to chuck it up. Gets it to go. From 3 corners. Willie Styles. Willie Styles giving him a 7-point lead going into the 4th quarter. Talk about momentum. We'll be back more. Maestro, pop that Mountain Dew for me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome back here. I am riding high after that full court heave from Willie Styles to give ATL Lanes a 7-point lead going into the 4th quarter, and we've got a game on our hands. Lone Star basketball, great pass by Trey DeRozan, dunk by Matthew Mozgov. Maestro, the energy in the building's electricity right now.
I'm sorry to hear anything you said. It was I just saw your mouth open and spit flying. I'm sure you said something very cool in French, but oh, just kidding. I love it. It is amazing Ezra, the level of passing that we're seeing here from both games, right? The level of passing we're seeing, but also how they're passing their teammates either open or to the rim. There is no excuse why execution cannot happen there, and they're proving that. And also, So more Mardi Gras beads for my man. The defense, all the shot blocking. If you come in off platform to make a shot, that defender is not giving you any slack. They're saying no soup for you. Get that weak sauce out of here, because these defenders are bringing a level of game that's amazing.
Jesus, not that time, not that time!
Orion Toomey, make us look smart there, Mr. Toomey. Do your business, do your business.
Maestro, you bring up a great point when you talk about the execution and passing we've seen in this tournament here. And I think that's another thing people are undervaluing about the move from kind of league-style play to a circuit-style, play here in SimWorld Prep, is it gives you a lot more practice between every time you play. These teams get longer to develop, grow chemistry as a team in practice, get more reps in together before each game. There's another bucket from Orion Toomey as he gets the AM1 to go on Kadarius Momofuku, trying to fly in and kind of recover there. But Orion Toomey, too strong, gets it to go. But they have a lot more time to get stuff together. There's less games for them to play throughout the season. And for that reason, these guys are going to get even more development going, because it's not always going to be, heat of the moment. They get time to practice together, play together at a much higher clip than we've seen last year.
And it means more locker room time, means more time to build that chemistry, more time to engage. I know Maestro sounds like a broken record. I know I do, but trust me, Prepsters, when I tell you that locker room time is invaluable and irreplaceable to your development as not only just as an individual player, but as a team player that can make a difference when you're not scoring. Oh my goodness, the alley and the Ube. Orion Toomey, great pass, way to run, recognizing that there's a smaller player. That I'm going to say this, Orion Toomey moves with such decisiveness. Even with the smaller, faster player on him, he's able to get to his spots without any trouble at all. And that time, what happened is the defender do? I'm going to beat you to your spot. Matthew Mozgov, what does he do? Get open, give himself an opportunity to catch on platform, make a shot over the larger player.
Beautiful passing. Frey Maxwell and Orion Toomey have both played incredibly tonight. Orion Toomey doing a bit of everything. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. There's that 4 assist number. He'll keep that average up. Not just a flash in the pan. He's turning into a guy who can truly facilitate from that post position. And that is big for these scouts. And talk about big. Trey DeRozan has imposed his will many times
Yes, he has.
in this ATLian squad.
Yes,
he also doing a little bit of everything. 11 points, 13 now. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. The young man from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Oh my, Maestro! They thought that we ironed out the flight license, the pilot licenses here. They can't be doing that.
And not only did he violate all the flight rules, he also took a body with him and said, I'm going to dump this on the way. But taking his defender with him into the stream of his jet as he went up there and put it. Oh. So this is what you get with the best role-playing experience in the universe when you Google us. So now you can come in, get engaged with us. Come on, join, become if you got the game, be a player. If you got the brain, be a coach. If you want to hang out and be in the media and take my job, come on, bring it. And oh, by the way, we provide nice shorts for you too. So we got you covered all the way around. Just get active, just have fun, just enjoy this universe, because you're going to be with like-minded people, be a part of these productions, be a part of what's going on. Even when the games are not playing, there is something happening in this universe, and that's why it's the best role play experience in the world when you do the Google Act machine.
The what machine?
That's what I call it. That's what's in the computer I just bought from this guy on the corner. It said Google-like.
Right.
Did I get
I'll
hosed?
roll with it.
Did I get hosed? Because he also wanted a credit card and my driver's license. Did I do something wrong there? Should I go back out there and call the cops?
We'll worry about that after this one. ATL is starting to take a more commanding lead here. Lone Star Basketball, we talk about that 4-minute mark, wanting to be within single digits, quickly approaching. Not out of striking distance yet for this Lone Star Basketball Club, but need to get something going here on the offensive end.
Yes, they do, and you know where that's going to start for them. It's going to start the way they got themselves back into the game at the end of the first half, in the second quarter, I should say, by getting stops. Their offense starts with their defense. They're one of those teams that is more than obvious that it starts with their defense, and then when they don't play defense well, they don't shoot well, and we're seeing that the AT Aliens are taking advantage of that, getting their lead back up to 10 points.
Oh, Joey Justin with the tough three, and this one's getting away from Lone Star quickly here. Oh, gets to the rack. If that's not going to electrify your team and get a fire lit under their butts, I don't know what will.
My goodness, somebody needs to check his elbow to make sure he didn't tear a tendon. He slammed it so hard.
Can't get that one to go. Rush shot there after a great defensive possession for Lone Star. Back in AT Aliens' hands. Joey Justin's down low. We talked about his ability to play inside at only 6'4". Can't get it to go. Great defense there from Caleb Walker.
Yes, it was. It was a good shot. It was defended very well, and both sides did well. Just one side just out-executed the other side. No complaints about that play at all.
Joey Justin's back with the ball. Draws a double team over to Orion Toomey on the wing. Joey Justin trying to reset this offense.
Mark, let the clock is in your favor. You're up by 11. You make it work for you.
A ball. A ball. I want to see that one.
Yeah. You know, to get off so much clock but not make it pay off with the shot, that's something that's going to get looked at. I know coach is going to pull them aside and say, okay, family, what's going on?
Yeah, not their best shot there. But you live. Benjamin Alexander with it over to Frey Maxwell. Frey Maxwell to the rack. He has been sensational today.
Defense was late with the rotation there. AT Aliens took advantage of that. Even with the pass that would really was more set up as a pass to get a mid-range jumper off. Once Frey received the ball, looked up, nothing but open floor between him and the rim. He attacked it. He made it count. Very smart, high IQ move there.
And Joey Justin buries the three. That's going to give AT Aliens a 14-point lead here. Going to give Justin's 14 points on the day. We've seen a lot of guys getting it done here for this AT Alien squad.
If I can quote the Blazer, Katie bought it dope. Katie bought it dope. Turn out the lights. The pot is over.
Need something here. Trey DeRozan to the rack, gets it to go. Might be too little, too late though here, unless they can pull off something that's just short of a miracle.
Yeah, the clock is not on their side. They're not forcing the AT Aliens into bad shots. AT Aliens are playing their game. Again, just totally violating the flight path of New Orleans here as they're coming around here. I'm sure some Falcon fans are loving seeing what's happening in New Orleans right now. But the idea here of what the AT Aliens are doing in terms of using clock and playing their game, and then the Lone Star Basketball Club just taking way too much time during each possession to get any buckets off, it's just not in their favor.
And we're under a minute here, 14-point game. All signs point towards an AT Aliens Yacht Club final here at the Battle in the Bayou. Who will be the king of the Bayou? Willie Styles, one just adds one for insult. This AT Aliens team and the Yacht Club team that we saw won the last semifinals, both shooting great clips from the three-point line. This is going to be quite the finals matchup, Maestro.
Yes, it will. Both teams are building an inside game, stretching the outside game. Both teams are having basically an area of danger that is the entire half of the court. And in case of Willie Styles, with that bucket that he did from touchdown range, the entire floor. When you see that, what does that tell you? It tells you that teams are working within their strategy and taking what's being given to them no matter where it is.
That's what you got to do sometimes, and it looks like Benjamin Alexander is just going to dribble this clock out. 75-60 victory for the AT Aliens here in this semifinals matchup. They'll move on to play the Yacht Club coming up right after this, myself, Maestro, and Luther. Well, we're not going to say anything to you yet because we got one more here on SimWorld TV in New Orleans. Coming up after this, the finals, AT Aliens and the Yacht Club. Be there or be square.
Look, it's 3-time slam dunk champion, Nate Robinson. See what you got.
See, kids, if you eat your broccoli and do your homework, you could be a superstar just like me.
Introducing the Tech Mini Hoop, the world's strongest portable hoop. Attach it to any door and instantly become a superstar, just like Nate Robinson.
Come on now.
Yeah, okay. Any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. That's not a representation because the programming reflects that pole. Politicking with 4 eyes, it's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope, you know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many other subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, pole politicking, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cakes. Let me cook, stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes, unfollowed. Talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo'd. We pole, politicking, ticking, we straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking. This for the pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking.
And welcome back. We're here for the final game, our finals of the Battle in the Bayou down here in Nolans. And we've got the AT Aliens taking on the Yacht Club. Both teams look very good from beyond the arc in the first game, as Maestro said. Maestro, what are we looking for here? How do both of these teams continue what they did in their first matchup?
Both teams are playing the inside, outside, outside, inside game very well, as you just alluded to, and actually outright spoke and outright expressed. The reality here is this: the Yacht Club has had a game to rest and watch what the AT Aliens did, and they probably saw the mirror reflection of themselves. So now, what do? We know what we do well. That means we should also know how to stop what we do well. Let's see if they're going to be able to make that pay off. Meanwhile, for the AT Aliens, they have the momentum as they built themselves into this particular game. How do we keep that energy going? Let's pick up where we left off, because that is a good place and good space to be in. So this is going to tell us a lot about what's going on in that 6 inches between the ears, 8 inches for some other people, between the ears of these players and how they're mentally prepared to play this championship game.
And here we go. The Yacht Club will start off with possession. The Ashton Rollins bringing the ball up. And this interior team for the Yacht Club that looks very Oh, Orion Toomey! You can't bring weak stuff in here on Orion Toomey.
That's right.
It doesn't work.
Bring no juice to it.
I thought... Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of juice. Inbound play here for the Yacht Club over to Ashton Rollins. And I'll tell you what, I can barely tell Simmons and Young apart on the interior here.
Yeah.
The Yacht Club.
I know it's like I know it's like the Twin Towers of hair.
I like it. It's giving me Anderson Varejao.
There you go.
Ashton Rollins gets the scoring going with a three-pointer as the shot clock winded down. Toomey looking to facilitate some more, finds Joey Justins, who can't get it to go. Rebound here by Kenyon Young, who's going to push it up. And Maestro, you brought it up. This is an ongoing conversation when you talk about rest in basketball, whether it's the SWBA's playoffs or something like this with the tournament-style play. AT Aliens are coming right out of their last game, where they were very hot from scoring, but did not get a lot of time to recover. Whereas the Yacht Club, who was also hot in their game, sat for a game, got some time to recover. What do you make of that? Who kind of has the advantage here in this one?
Well, we're just going to take it this way. The way both of these teams play, we're going to say that I'm going to give the advantage to Atlanta. I'm going to give the AT-Aliens. I'm going to give the advantage to them because they are warmed up. They're in the flow. They have their game going. Even though they're down right now and haven't scored yet, once a ball falls through the biscuit, next thing you know, they're going to find their flow again. Because why? We just got through playing. We're warmed up. We're ready to go. We're ready to push it for again. When you play and you have to sit and wait, watching yourself play, because that's basically what the yacht club see themselves in the AT-Aliens. What's going on is that even though you might wrap yourself in towels, do all the stretching, do everything else, you still lose that game sweat, that game core temperature that makes a big difference. Now, they're taking advantage of it right now, but if you notice, we're already almost we're over 2.5 minutes. I'll get into 2.5 minutes into the game. There's only been one bucket. It's been a 3. So both teams are still looking to find their footing.
That they are two teams that couldn't be stopped on the offensive end in their first matchups, but both teams coming out with some defensive intensity, trying to get a SimWorld Prep Circuit tourney title on their belts to start the season. Frey Maxwell, he's not going to take any rest. He was slamming everything in that first game, and he's not going to stop here in this one.
Let's see what happens. Are the AT-Aliens going to find their defense now once they got that first biscuit in the basket? Now they're going to find a way to turn it on, and then we're going to see them not only take a lead, but expanding that lead to take advantage of them already being warmed up.
A Willie Styles great driving pass. Ryan Toomey takes his time but finishes it. The Aliens take a lead. Timeout the Yacht Club trying to get something going here. Both teams want to get out to a lead to start the game, but who's going to be able to do it? Speaking of what you're able to do and not do, you're all able to be part of the greatest sports role-play experience in the world. I'm assuming a lot of you already are, but most of you probably haven't liked the stream that you're watching. Like it so I can eat lunch, please, and thank you. Like the stream. It's not that hard. It's one click away, whether you're on your phone, your laptop. Just like the stream. I know you're not all like me. They tell us the numbers. Like it.
And bring some of your fam with you. Come on, we got room. We got shorts for everybody. Come on, let's go.
There's shorts for everybody. There's even merch. If you peruse our Discord, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops, which is where you can join, you'll see there's a whole merch section. Go rep SimWorld. And we're even offering a 5,000 EM signing bonus. Stack that cash for any head coaches, media members, or super fans who want to join our world. And I know what you're thinking, well, I'm already in the world, how do I stack my cash? There's referral bonuses. Bring your friends. If they stay here, they're engaged, and they stay a part of our world, you can stack cash in your pocket too. It's all about that moolah, cha-ching, bling-bling, all the lights, and here we go, we're back in action.
Ezra, I have to tell you, one day you're going to learn to bring some energy to the announcer table. You're going to be dangerous, man. You're just too laid back right now. You're too laid back right now.
You're right, Maestro. Pop another Mountain Dew for me.
There you go. Hands shaking so much, can't even do it.
I just love Red 40. I love Red 40 in my drinks. It's unbelievable. Joey Justin for 3. Can't get it to go as the shot clock winds down. The Yacht Club coming the other way. Low scoring affair, especially considering what we saw from these two teams. Do we think it's the defensive intensity here of this finals matchup? Or are both teams just still trying to get going here? There you go. There he is. Koya Monroe gets the slam.
I think there is the expectation of facilitation that's going on right now, and it's not quite matching up. And by that, what I mean is this. You know, we both just had some really good wins. We both just had some really good time, whether I had to sit and wait to celebrate it or whether I had to just have it, right? So there's an expectation that I'm still in the flow. However, that expectation of facilitation isn't matching. Why? Because no one's producing at the level they did on those other two games, because I think some people are thinking it's just going to happen, and that is not how it works. First quarter, fourth quarter, there's no difference in those two quarters except for what you put into each one of those quarters. You can't lose the game in the first quarter, but you sure as heck can win it in the fourth quarter, right? So, but what that means is you have to produce across the table, and you have to be consistent, but you have to be engaged in every aspect of the game.
Engagement! It's what it's all about, not just on the floor, but off the floor. The more you're engaged, the better you're going to look. Darius McBride trying to get engaged right now, but Benjamin Alexander engaging him on defense. Ball there. Great defense from Benjamin Alexander.
Interesting shot. He recovered from a suspect pass, but then he put the ball straight up without getting himself on platform. And that play, I think the coach is going to have him look at that and say, okay, walk me through what was going on in your head right here.
Avon Patrick
My goodness.
engages the mid-range there, gets it to go.
You know, made it a little bit more difficult than I think he needed to, but I think he's feeling that groove just enough where I think the difficulty didn't matter.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that hasn't changed despite that bucket there. The interior defense for both sides has still been incredible. Anthony Simmons and Kenyon Young both looking great on the interior, just like the first game, doing their jobs. He moves so well on those pick and rolls. Kenyon Young does the little things a big man should do so well. Defensively, on the offensive end, he gets to his spot. As a point guard, as a guard who's trying to pass him the ball, you can always trust that he is going to get his feet where they are supposed to be for an interior bucket.
You know, it's something about a big Kenyon, it's something about a big getting it done with some violence. You know, if I feel like his number shouldn't be 26, I feel like it should be 62, like he should be an offensive lineman. That's the way he kind of goes by his business. And I'm saying that when he's matched up with a guy who looks more like a tight end than he does a forward. And Anthony Simmons wearing number 80.
Oh, we see a lot of crossover between basketball and football, especially when it comes to that tight end position. So Patrick can't get it to go, but gets his own board.
That's how you stay in a play. You don't give up until the basket goes all the way through the biscuit.
You keep going back and forth with this one.
It's all the same.
Miscommunication there from Joey Justins and Orion Toomey. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be the Yacht Club ball.
It's all the same, Grasshopper.
Grasshoppers scare me.
Oh, they're vicious.
But they are. Have you ever seen Kung Fu Panda?
Oh my goodness, what a move to the basket. A little too much finesse there with letting the roll come off your fingers. So, when you roll the fingers or finger the roll, you got to make sure that you do it with confidence. Oh.
None of that. roll the fingers. We can do that. And we're going to see Selassie Teddy get to the line here. From Windar, Georgia. He's also a baseball player, and he wants to be a doctor. He's interested in studying medicine at the next level. He's an only child of a single mother, so he always got a lot of attention, and he focused on his academics. Like I said, wants to be a doctor, and developed a deep love for sports and the camaraderie that he found in team sports. So he very interesting young man here. You're getting the academic side on him, and you're getting the athletic side on him. Will be exciting to see how his career progresses, whether it's in sports or in the medical field.
It's going to progress in both, and I'm just going to give a little inside info there for somebody like him or any of your other people out there. One of the things that you get with the competitive medical schools, like the very top medical schools in the country, they only take a few people each year, or each year. So what happens when that goes is they look for people who have team sports experience, because you have to be a team player. So he's got a great shot to do one.
Interesting. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. Only 9.
Wait. There's something I want to tell you. -2.
Even I have something to tell you.
Huh?
Lasting relationships are based on transparency, like what Geojit BNP Paribas shares with 4.5 lakh customers. Benefit from transparency.
And to make it 2-possession game, and they will!
Definitely gonna have
Elsewhere. Oh! We're back here. AT Alien's going to start off with the ball. Low scoring affair here after two teams that lit it up in their semifinals matchup. There's just a different intensity when you're playing for the title here.
Yes, it is. And again, we talked about it being a mental game. Where is your mind right now? Whether your body is getting warmed up or whether your body is already warm. We talked about, we said at the start of the game, the 6 or 8 inches in between your ears, where that gray matter is going to really stand out right here. And both teams right now, I think they're both cold right there where it counts. So whoever gets their brain right first, I think they're going to start making a difference and start being able to pull away.
Well, Shamar Davis buries a 3 there. See if they can get their three-point shoot going. That was a big plus for them in that first matchup.
The key to three-point shooters is they always know their shot's going in, even if it's not. So you have to, and again, that starts with the gray matter.
But that's what I always said. As a shooter in high school myself, I said, got to have short-term memory. To me, I make 100% of my shots because I forget the ones that don't go in and I move on.
You remind me of a cat I played with. That was our long-distance shooter. We started off a game where I think he missed 7 or 8 in a row, and the coach kept yelling at him, "Stop shooting." He said, "The next one's going in." And he said that every time he took a shot.
That's the mentality you have to have. If you're a spot-up shooter, you can't lose that confidence. You absolutely can't.
And it got so bad, the coach even had to start laughing.
Well, Asher Weaver, brother of Aiden Weaver, who's off playing at Alabama, gets that one to go. Love some family matters here in SimWorld. And speaking of being family matters, we're a family here at SimWorld. Best roleplay experience you'll find. You know what? It's not just the best sports roleplay experience. It's the best roleplay experience you'll find anywhere in the world. I don't care. The producers told me not to say that. I don't listen to them. But to help SimWorld out and to help yourself out, go get engaged in the media feed. There's a media team for SimWorld TV, for SimWorld, for a ton of different outlets that work hard around the clock to give you content to stay up to date on everything going on in our world. Don't let it be in vain. Go throw a couple comments their way. Tell them how much you enjoyed their piece. Tell them how much you love the graphic they put it together. Every single piece of work matters here in SimWorld. Everyone puts in work. Let's appreciate each other. Go get active. Go get engaged in the media feed. It'll pay off for you in the long run, and it'll pay off for us. Thank you. And remember to stay hydrated as well. Thank you.
You're going to stay hydrated all the time, whether it's Mountain Dew or not.
Mountain Dew has water in it. I'm pretty sure.
It's in there somewhere. It's in
there. Well, it's probably not a lot, but if you drink 30 of them, you probably get a lot of water.
You know what's interesting there, Ezra? I'm watching the AT Aliens getting wide open shots underneath the buckets and either not executing or taking way too long to take the shot. So what does that tell me? There is a slight, I think, internal surprise that's not become a part of their culture, that why am I this wide open at this particular point of the game on this particular part of the floor, that's causing a slight delay, and that inconsistency of awareness of where I am and with the ball is causing them to not take or just outright miss a bunch of what would be easy bunnies. Those things are going to hunt them. Right now they're down by 4. They probably should be up by at least 8. And they're making it very hard for them. They are not the type of team that can rely on the long-range game. They need that inside game to match, as what the yacht clubs are trying to do, and I get it. This game is going back to the days of 1817 when the Romans and the Greeks were fighting over Sparta, I guess. But but the defense is traveling across the table. At this particular rate, I think we're going to end up with a final score of the national championship game from 1948, and that was CCNY against Dartmouth, 28-22.
Great Maxwell. Hey, Maxwell with a poster after on the last possession. There was great passing in transition for this ETLian squad, and he hit the three. But Frey Maxwell is making a name for himself in this first tournament. Kenyon Young. Is that Simmons? Can't that might have been Anthony Simmons. One of the two. Great move there. It's Anthony Simmons as he gets the bucket to go.
Just know that the Mountain Dew might be affecting Ezra's eyesight, so we're just going to stay with him. We make sure we have the EMS right here with some saline bags just in case we have to do an IV.
Maestro, get that dog off the table. Thank you. Asher Weaver with the bucket inside. Great take. ATLians take the lead.
I think both teams are starting to find themselves with that great particular, with those last couple of possessions. They're starting to look like themselves a little bit more. Oh, lost the dribble with the great move and still tried to make the bucket. I don't know if that was a sky hook or a sky oops, but both teams are trying to find a way to put the biscuit in the gravy.
Biscuit in the gravy and in the basket, baskets in the biscuits and balls in the biscuits, and there's a lot of biscuits going on today, huh, Maestro?
Gotta have biscuits in Nolans, baby. Me got fire, me can't put out. Let's go and sing with me. Me spot boy, make you shout.
I don't know that song, but I'll sing with you anyways.
On the Bayou, yes, everybody go. Even got
Maxwell at the line.
Even got a few celebrities here. Got half of the funky meters in the house with George Porter Jr., the bassist, along with the great drummer Zigaboo Modalese hanging out. Came down from New York to hang out in New Orleans to watch this great tournament go.
Yacht Club trying to regain a lead here. 3 minutes left in the first half. It's that one to go.
Bucket. Tough
there they go.
bucket, but well done. But now we're starting to see what we expected to see.
That's going to be Torian Shelley. He finds himself open after he takes the ball out, turned around, realized nobody was covering him, and he just puts in the mid-range jumper.
The quickest way for all young players to understand if you're covered or not, when you receive the ball, glance at the floor. If you don't see shoes around you, guess what? You're open.
I like that. Benjamin Alexander running the other way, gets it to Frey Maxwell, who's been on his stuff all day today. Over to Benjamin, or Asher Weaver. Asher Weaver inside. Can't get that one to go. Great board there for Torian Shelley. He can't get the putback to go, but draws the foul on Simmons. He'll go to the line.
Ezra, do you see this little quarter of a second hesitation when the bigs get the ball in the paint and they're wide open by the rim, but they're not putting the ball up? That costs you. That gives the defense an opportunity to react and to find you. And next thing you know, what should have been an easy putback becomes a contested shot.
Hate it for him. That's what we always learned as a big, or anytime you get a rebound down low or you get a pass down there, you keep the ball high and you go up with it immediately. Another thing, you don't want to bring the ball down, you don't want to take a hesitation. It gives the defense a chance to make a play.
And be prepared to find, and I'm going to use a phrase that was taught to me by one of my favorite coaches, Sister Mary. So you know what I'm talking about, Sister Mary. Find peace in the violence. In other words, when you have that moment and the world's quiet, you find peace as you make that violent move to the rim.
Speaking of violence, Yacht Club trying to get to the rack right. Oh, gets past over. Can't get it to go.
Great pass
with the board.
Great pass over. Now we're starting to see more activity. The teams are trying to make it pay off. Again, you know, they're finding their way. It seems like they're sort of like it feels like this game is going to become a crescendo. Start off really quiet, and it's getting louder and louder and louder, and more active as we go. The fourth quarter the court's going to be on fire.
It's like the couches outside your apartment.
Absolutely, allegedly.
Allegedly. Siege was telling me about some of those documents.
Yeah, poor Siege. I know his last probation is my fault. I'm just gonna take that like that.
The defense has been phenomenal in this, but both teams very possibly tired. This new tournament format is something all these athletes are still getting used to, having to play multiple games in one day. This is the 4th game for both of these teams.
And you learn where you are. Listen, okay, let's just go and get this out the way. Cold and heat affect the game like fatigue. But the one thing you have across all 3 formats is your mentality and how you prepare there to give yourself a chance to react physically, okay? And that's what they're having to learn at this level, which is going to serve them when they go to the next level of SimWorld U.
That it will. Everything is a learning opportunity here in SimWorld Prep. Try to make yourself better for the next level, which ultimately, the better you can get going into SimWorld U, the further ahead you are to try and make it to where everyone dreams of being, the SWBA. That's kind of the thing, Maestro. People forget. Every level you go to, less and less percentage of players get to make that. So
absolutely,
you got to work your butt off to do it. The Yacht Club working their butt off in this low-scoring game with the lead 25-23 going into the half of this Battle in the Bayou final. And Maestro, both these teams seem to be on a very level playing field right now. Both maybe a little bit tired, not scoring at the clip they were in the previous games. What can either of these teams do to pull ahead in this one?
We're going to talk to both of them right now. What's beating in your chest, right? That heart. Like, who's going to find a way to say, if I don't need a wheelchair to take me out this game today, I didn't do enough to help my team? Who's going to just push past that pain, let that weakness leave the body, let that weakness leave the brain, and push through to do what they need to do for their coaches and their teammates?
That's all it is. It's all about the heart. It's all about the heart. We'll see. We'll see who brings more heart here in the second half. I believe that's going to be difference maker here. But I'll tell you for sure, either way, Maestro and I will keep bringing the heart on the broadcasting booth. We'll see you after this.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome back here to the second half of our Battle in the Bayou final here in Norland.
We got fire we can't put out. I'm sorry. I'm back.
There's the fire.
On the Bayou.
My God. Ryan Toomey with the swat on Anthony Simmons. Ryan Toomey's firing it, baby.
I tell you, I think now they're realizing this is where we are. They realize we've had a half of, I won't say horrible basketball, really, really bad basketball. But it's good to see because we're learning more about them as individuals, who can press through, who can push through, and who can maintain their fundamentals. You know, that's the first thing that starts to go when you get tired, right? The fundamentals. You start falling back on bad habits. So who can maintain, who can keep themselves in a position to perform right now? That's what we're looking to see.
And that was Ashton Rollins opening up this half with a bucket there. Ray Maxwell leading the way for ATLNs. He's got 9. He's looked sensational all tournament long.
Absolutely. You know, yes, okay. Let's see it out the way, Ezra. Everybody knows maestro bias because I'm pulling for every single one of these young men to go as far as they can go, to do as much as they can do, to be as great as they can be. I make no secret about that, and I don't care. I know our team gets on me all the time about whatever, but that's just who I am. It's how I'm going to do this because you see greatness in all these young men, and you want to watch them pull through. And I love moments like this when you are tested, when you are tired, when you are fatigued. You've been playing all day. Championship game, everything on the line. What are you giving me right now? Because if I'm a scout, I'm learning more about you in these bad performances and how you pull through than in the great performances where the stats are all immaculate.
That's a word to the wise there. Love that. Ashton Rollins over to Koya Monroe, the Yacht Club, winning the quarter so far. Anthony Simmons kicks it back to Darius McBride. Over, back to Simmons, back to McBride. Shot clock winding down, has to get it up, can't get it to go. Forward for Toomey, and they're coming the other way.
You can rush, but you better not hurry. You know, you have to make sure that you need to get the shot off. But if you hurry, you put yourself in a bad position to not be on platform. That means bad shots gonna happen.
Anthony Simmons finishes the lob with the electric slam.
Take him back.
Justin's in the corner, gets the 3 to fall, and he's high stepping it down the court back.
You know, when you have these snipers that are able to pull it down from any part of the floor, guess what? The shots underneath the rim start to open up just a little bit more because you have to pay attention to that person. Just like when you have someone who's a dominant scorer in the paint, guess what opens up? The shots on the perimeter. They work hand in hand, family. You got to pay attention.
Ray Maxwell hit the ball over to Justin's with it now. Back over to Willie Stein. Back to Frey Maxwell. Trying to get some motion going. Down low to Benjamin Alexander. McBride on him. Gets the bucket to go inside.
I don't know how he made that happen, that great body control and being able to put the ball up and let gravity take over. That was just a strong play all the way around. That was more about will and technique. We'll just say it like that. Uh-oh.
Koya Monroe.
Uh-oh.
With the absolute snipe from the top of the key.
Uh-oh. These guys are finding their range.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous if you're ATLians.
And I'm going to throw down some...
take a timeout.
And I'm going to throw down some candy corn right now.
Oh, let me get some of that.
There you go, because you know what
happened? Make sure to bring plenty of candy corn and Mountain Dew Code Red next Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on SimWorld TV. You'll get us again, the Windy City Hoopers Only Invitational. That's one more time, the Windy City Hoopers Only Invitational. You're not going to want to miss it. More prep basketball.
And can we say how we expect these teams, more prep basketball coming up, but how we expect these teams being able to travel each week. There's another great part of the experience. You work out all week and then you get on the road. You make it a full weekend of games. That is just what you want to see, Ezra, all the way across the table. And this opportunity helps you to build. And during the week, we get an eye full of leading up to the prep weekend, because to me, that's the highlight. We get an eye full of who? SimWorld U, with the great games and great production that's going on across the table.
And we'll get to see some teams and players in the Windy City Hoopers Only Invitational that we haven't seen yet. Lakeshore Drive, Heartland Zombie Stars, Bad Boys Basketball, SimWorld Africa, Reigning Trays, and Showtime Basketball is your field for that one. Don't miss it. 11 a.m. Eastern next Saturday. And back to action here. The ATLians with the ball. They'll inbound it. Trying to get something going. The Yacht Club has seemed a little more together with it in this second half than ATLians has been able to be.
It's a game of half seconds. It's a game of a couple of inches. It's a game of a lot of different things. Who's going to take advantage of it right now when you're so tired you're trying to will yourself up the floor?
You got to fight through it. That's why you do stamina. That's why you train stamina.
That's right. That's right. Pain is weakness. Even the body.
And that is also just pain. Corey Monroe with the poster. That is simply in there. Asher Weaver.
Can I just say that I've just fallen more in love with his game the more I see him progress throughout this tournament?
He's a very talented player. Orion Toomey can't get it to go. Great defense there from Kyland England.
Again, you get a bit. You get any player that can give me a defensive impact, taking charges, getting blocks, as well as facilitating. Give me some. You got somebody who's got a room on my team any day of the week.
And draws the foul there. Yacht Club. McBride. Nope. Shamar Davis. Sorry about that. Going to go to the line. Similar haircut. And he'll go to the line here. 38-30 lead for the Yacht Club. They're getting it going here in the second half. It's to go. Converts the old-fashioned three-point play. It's an absolutely stacked team when it comes to the guard position here for the Yacht Club.
Yes. And what does that mean? That means that's why they're able to move the ball so well and play that play that third level of transition ball that you want to see. When they push the ball up, the play's not there, they reset deep on the court, and then they create their own transition game by doing backcourt movement, off-ball movement, while the guard is standing back past the timeline, and that's how they can get in a separate transition game, even while in half-court position.
ATLians with it back, trying to get something going here. They're in danger of falling to a double-digit lead if they don't get something going here. Trayvon Patrick getting all spicy with it, but timeout. Oh, Coach Marcus Wood regretting that one.
Interesting.
SimWorld, the greatest sports role-play experience in the world. Let's just go ahead and take sports out of that. The greatest role-play experience in the world, but it is sports, so if you love sports, you'll love it. We're offering a 5,000 EM signing bonus, head coaches, media members, super fans, but you can also be a player. I know a lot of people got the game, want to be a player, but if you got the brains and want to be a coach, if you got that Marsh in you, that B-Ron in you, that Maestro in you, come be a media member. And if you just love basketball, come be a super fan. Discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. And if you got friends, you get some referral bonus EMs as well. Stack your cash, fill your pockets. Let's get to it. Money, 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 money makes the world go round.
Money, money, money.
Beautiful stuff here, but the Yacht Club has been money in the second half so far.
Yes.
Leading ATLians pretty aggressively. What do ATLians need to do to kind of get themselves back in this one?
They need to find comfort in their defensive game. They need to find a way to not just get stops, but to push it up from those stops, use athleticism to push up from those stops to get conversions. And what does that mean? That means Everybody needs to be moving every time the ball is in the air. Don't wait to see where the ball is going to go. Don't wait to see who's going to get the ball. But as soon as you see a pass go up, somebody needs to be trying to disrupt it. Somebody needs to be trying to get in the way. Somebody needs to try to be somewhere to put themselves in a position so when my teammate gets the ball, guess what I am for them? The outlet that they need in order for us to be effective on the other side of the floor.
Willie Styles tries to the rim, passes it out. 3 for ATLians won't fall. Yacht Club coming the other way with a chance to extend the lead to double digits. Island England up top. He's going to give it to Kenyon. Kenyon, he's got a mismatch down there in the post, but a steal there. Asher Weaver coming the other way. And he throws it up. Toomey with the finish. There's some momentum there if you're an ATLian.
Yes, it is. And what does that mean? That means we need to pay it off right now. Here's where I always like to say we need to see that 2 out of 3 game happen. We just got a bucket. Now we need a stop. Now we need to give them one shot at the basket. Now we need to go up. We need to get another bucket here. So now we're getting 2 scores for every one of theirs to give us. And that is how you get a score.
Weaver taking over, had the assist to Toomey, and now the slam going down the lane. 5-point game.
He said, forget you, Jobu. I do it myself.
Sometimes you just got to take over like that. It really be like that.
You know, you know.
LeVon James with it over to Koya. And Darius McBride. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Koya Monroe comes off a screen, can't get the 3 to go. Willie Styles with the rebound.
Okay, now this is going to be a bonus possession. You just got 2 for 1. Now you can get 3 for 0. That's going to be good. There you wait to stay in the play. Oh, yes, he walked into that wall. But he got the foul.
Young doesn't think that was a foul. He said, I'm straight up with that. I blocked that. Get that out of here. But nope. Refs make the final call.
Every basketball I was saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. He did it anyway. It paid off for him. Why? You get a bucket and a chance now to score with the clock stopped. So this is the bonus possession. They've gotten 2 buckets along with 2 stops. Now this would have been a chance that if the Yacht Club would have gotten a bucket, you're still on track. But right now, what do you have? A chance to score in 3 straight possessions with the Yacht Club not scoring. We're in bonus time. That's how you make it work.
Well, they've got a chance to bring it to a 1-possession deficit here. This game certainly not over in the final 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter. How much momentum can they gain here before the 4th? Will the Yacht Club hold for one final shot here? Over to Simmons. Simmons. Back. Steele picks the ball, can't get it. And Simmons gets the bucket to go.
Great opportunity right there, Ezra. They had a steal right there waiting from the floor. That's when I need to see. I need to see your shorts on the floor. Ball on the floor like that. You don't try to reach for it. Jump down there, get it, make them grab you.
Toomey with the pass from Maxwell. They'll get a bucket. 4 seconds left. Can we get another 3rd quarter buzzer beater? Koya Monroe gets it to go. Another one. Another one. A lot shorter, but another one.
Way to call
what a game we've got here going into the 4th quarter of this battle in the Bayou final. I'm excited. You should be excited. If you're not, I don't know what's wrong with you. We'll be back. Welcome back here for the fourth quarter. Koya Monroe drilled that three at the buzzer to give the Yacht Club a 6-point lead here to start the fourth. Momentum on their side going into this one. But ET Aliens within striking distance, and Joey Justins is going to hit the three. Turns around before it goes in. What confidence there.
Tell you, when you know it's going in, you know it's going in. I always say the person who knows whether or not they made the shot or not is the person who actually took it. And when I see people posing on the missed shot, that means your eye does not line up with how your shot releases.
Oh, wow. That's a good point. McBride with it up top, looking for some action off ball. Over to Simmons, gets past his defender and gets it to go. Great touch from the big man there.
Listen, bracket that play for all my big men, anybody. That's how you take what's called an inside pocket first step. What did he do? He stepped in with his back to the player, which means he had him beat even before his foot hit the ground. And that shows you what quickness and awareness and stepping into that moment will do for you.
Great insight here. Hope all the prep players who are watching pay attention. Oh my God, Frey Maxwell breaks someone's ankles, but then throws the lob to me. That's his third lob in the last 7 minutes of gameplay here.
Somebody got the facts received on that play right there. Didn't even have to press the start button. It already went through.
Yep. Anthony Simmons to the rack. Can't get it to go. Bored by Willie Styles. Willie Styles played defense all the way through that play. A chance to tie it up right here. At the very least, only be down by one. We'll see what happens. Great deep three. Oh, not quite there. But the idea of being able to go in and play to the moment shows you that these teams are not only finding their legs, Ezra, they're finding that extra we talked about. 5 minutes left to go. I need to come in here with some kind of attitude to make this work because we're right here, right now. Right here, right now. You can't be anywhere else. And Frey Maxwell with the body control, tough interior finish there.
His game is just growing possession by possession. He is nothing but an asset that is paying off on all kinds of levels of the game right now for the AT Aliens.
Well said there. 3-point game. We approach the 5-minute mark left. Koya Monroe getting fancy, goes up, can't get it to go, but draws a foul on Orion Toomey.
I thought they might have called traveling there. The Euro step seemed to happen a little bit late, but was able to get through, able to get the contact, get himself to the stripe, as it were, as it's said in the jolly old France, Mississippi. But yeah, there you go. The idea here is what? It means that clock is stopped, 3-point game. I can get my team up by 5. What does that mean? We need to capitalize this. Maybe even start doing a little light pressure just because we're going to start finding some distance.
It's both free throws to go there. Got Club 5-point lead, 5 minutes left. What's in the bag for the AT Aliens?
And Ezra, if I can say something here, when you knock a ball out of somebody's, I'm going back 7 plays now. When I see a ball on the floor and nobody jumping for it, I'm feeling some kind of way about it. Those are those moments that I know as a player I live for. When I saw a ball on the floor and a bunch of hands, I would go in there full body style like a lumberjack trying to roll over everybody to get my hands on that ball so I can secure it for my team like it's a football. Now, I wouldn't do that on the football field because people are violent and nasty. Great steal on what would have been a great pass. But on the basketball court, I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it hard because I want to secure that ball for my team.
It's much easier to be the most violent guy on the court in basketball than on the field in football.
Absolutely. I played with 3 guys who ate 2 whole turkeys during our Thanksgiving dinner, so that just lets you know that I wasn't sticking my hand anywhere I didn't have to. And I do mean 2.
Too big.
And I do mean 2 whole turkeys apiece.
That sounds expensive. Benjamin Alexander for 3, can't get it to go. He's struggled today in these last 2 matchups. Anthony Simmons behind the back, can't get it to go. Gets his own board over Benjamin Alexander. Goes back up with it, gets it to go.
I tell you what, the tight end Anthony Simmons is finding a way to make his presence known in the short game right now. But what is he doing? He's responding, and he's being very effective. He got beat on that particular play because that was a great pass, but he's showing that when he gets the ball underneath, it's not over till he says it's over.
It is not over until I say so. But we're gonna get a timeout here, and we'll be right back after this.
Be careful, my right arm's broken.
Up all night, putting work till it's daylight. Yeah, inspiration ain't required. I go hard in the pain even when I'm tired. 'Cause tomorrow ain't promised. I give my all, ain't nothing left. No tomorrow ain't promised. There's no tomorrow, no tomorrow, no.
Welcome back here. We got a 7-point game, 3.5 minutes left to go. And ET Aliens get back in this one, get a lead. They've stayed close within striking distance all second half, but just have not been able to top what the Yacht Club is doing on the offensive end. Maestro, your coach Marcus Wood in the huddle right now. What are you telling your guys?
We need to start getting stops. We need to start letting them know we're not going to allow them to score anymore and let everything else build off of that.
All starts on the defensive end. Pretty normal thing there for it to start on the defensive end. If you can't play defense, you're probably not going to win.
Absolutely not. And Ezra, listen, for our audience out there, we want to thank you guys for hanging with us today. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for all your comments in the chat. Yell at your boy. You know what's up. Holler at your boys. See what's going down. But you're going to have another surprise coming up later today. You want to tell us about something that's happening later today here in SimWorld TV?
Absolutely. If you love SimWorld content, Hard in the Paint on its new slot Saturday, 4 o'clock. Just under 2 hours until that one's going to start. Don't miss it. It's great content, some story time with Yells, talk about some things going on. You want to be there for that right here on SimWorld TV. Hard in the Paint. It's what we do. It's who we are.
I'm going to tell you what my people said about our boy Yells. That boy good.
He's nice. And while you're showing support for Hard in the Paint, show support for all the social medias for SimWorld Sports, SimWorld 4K. At SimWorld 4K on Instagram, X, or Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and if you look hard enough, you'll find us on MySpace. But you gotta look really hard. You gotta look really hard. Again, that's SimWorld 4K. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter /X, and TikTok. Go check it out. And Reddit. r/SimWorld Sports on Reddit. Please go join. Check it out there. We're building a community everywhere. Let's do it up big.
And you can follow Maestro on Sidewalk. I do a lot of crayon work outside on the sidewalk there. Have a hard time people follow me back, but at least it's there until it rains. So, come check your boy out.
Maestro, is that a real thing?
I thought it was. The person who charged me $100 said it was, and I guess it's okay. I mean, no one's liked me back. I don't have any friends yet on it, but I'm sure other people are gonna do too. You're
gonna sign up for Sidewalk right after this, Maestro.
Yeah, it was. It's just $100. His name is Jerry. He lives underneath the bridge. Really nice guy. Looks like he has a real business plan together. Just saying.
Well, speaking of having a plan together, the ET Aliens better put one in motion fast. They're going to make a comeback here. Ryan Toomey with the offensive board can't get it to go. And Yacht Club's going to get it back with a chance to make this a double-digit deficit for AT Aliens.
This is the game where you're seeing they pushed the ball up, trying to get transition. No, it didn't happen. Now they're going to get spacing. They're going to reset up deep in the floor. Now we're going to start seeing some backcourt movement here in the next after the next pass or two. Don't get anything going, and then next thing you know, they're probably going to score behind it.
Monroe with the step back. Can't get it to fall. ATLians with a chance here. Got to start getting buckets to go right now.
Great stop right there. What you do, you kept the yacht club extended. No one was able to get any clean back cuts going or no back cuts at all because you kept leverage on the player to make them have to work around you. Made it too obvious, and that's how you get the old-fashioned there bucket and a foul. Hoop and the harm without the hoop.
Hoop and the harm. Hold the hoop. I like it. Orion Toomey to the line. Orion Toomey, number 11 player in all of high school basketball in the whole world, the whole entire world. All defensive team last year, missed out on defensive player of the year, which some people didn't love. He's getting looks from Georgia, Miami, and Florida right now. Some big name schools there, big programs.
Yeah,
and he's a guy you would want to add to your program.
Absolutely. You know, Georgia, the best school he could ever go to. The other two schools, I don't even know about them. I don't even know if they have gyms or not. But it's going to be the best way for him to go. Just, I'm not biased at all. Just that's actually Maestro's professional, unbiased, unsolicited. Okay, I can't even pretend anymore. Oh!
Ryan Toomey with the slam. 9-point game, under 2 minutes. There needs to be some urgency here for this ATLian squad.
Yes, it does. It means you need to start getting your shot off. You need to start getting your shot off before while there's still 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and you need to put them in a position to take bad shots, and they're not doing that. Yacht Club is slowing the ball down like you're supposed to, taking advantage of it. You got it easy too with uncontested underneath the floor. I don't blame him. Make that point happen. Why? Because a lead is just as good as a lead.
Lead is a lead. Ray Maxwell with it inside to Toomey. Been doing a great job of finding his spot down low for his teammates to make the pass to. 9 points game. ATLians will implement the press now.
Toomey has that ability. Toomey has that ability to self-create, to self-cut create, and by that I mean this. What he does is this little sneaky move where he turns his back on his defender, and then he makes his move from there. It's hard to see where a guy's going when you can't see where he's going. And by that I mean this. If I'm facing you and I lean, you can react to that. But if my back is to you, you're not sure if I'm turning around or if I'm going that direction. And that is just one of those little sneaky high IQ moves that he pulls off every single time.
Gotta love misdirection. Under a minute to go here. Ryan Toomey gets the foul. And he'll go to the line for two. Might be too little, too late at this point.
Yes, but he's made some marks here today. A lot of scouts have seen he's on a team that's down right now by 11. Math is hard. Don't try it. But what is he doing? Trying to be effective and impactful in every play. And not just the stuff that matters in terms of the stat line, but what it matters in terms of getting his team the ball.
Ryan Toomey gets one to go. Not over quite yet. Not looking good, but it's not over quite yet.
Yep, Katie's standing by the door. Yeah, Katie's standing by the door, but she's not barring the door yet.
Press for ATLians here. And do you start fouling yet? Doesn't look like it. They're going to double team him at the half court.
I might give them the next possession. And again, one thing, if I had to say anything to the coaches, I would like to see them start to train more. Go for the steal. Get the foul while you're going for the steal. Because if you get the steal, oh my, he just said, you know what, mine. My floor. Bam, bam. My floor. Get the ball up. Time is not on your side right now.
Three. Gets it to go. 6-point game. 16 seconds left.
Now we need the foul. Go for the steal. Get the foul. There you go. That is something that's so underrated. I've said this all across the table. If you're going to foul, at least go for the steal. If you get the steal, guess what? You just stole a possession. No pun intended. If you get the foul, you're going to do that anyway, but at least make it count for something. Don't just grab people.
Well, interesting. That's different advice than you gave me last night on Bourbon Street, but I digress.
That's different. They were friendly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Darius McBride at the line. Gonna try to close this one out.
I promised your mom that I was going to keep you out of trouble.
Thank you. Worries.
She's actually my one subscriber to both the to talking dirty and my dirty shorts. She's my one subscriber. I know that she's the one getting the notices.
She's a big fan of SimWorld Prep. She's a big fan of Maestro. Darius McBride gets them both to fall. 8-point game, 14 seconds left. This one's all but over. But remember to stick around. Come on back, take a quick break. But at 4 o'clock, Harden the Paint, your favorite show. Your mom's second favorite show right after the post-up. Your grandma's third favorite show after the post-up and Dirty Shorts. But Harden the Paint, it's coming up at 4 o'clock. What a game we had here. Maestro, if you're a scout in the building for this finals matchup, what are you taking from this game? Who have you noticed?
Just to pull out right, definitely I've seen a lot from Orion Toomey, which has been great to see. Kenyon Young has shown me something. Of course, Anthony Simmons, what he was able to do. I want to see how Kai Killens handles the end of his day. I want to see how he handles being pulled out when the game was on the line. That's going to tell me a lot about where his mind is. And of course, if we have to say it, on the other side for teams who did make it to the finals, athletes like Trey DeRosa. What were you able to do even in the loss that showed me that you stayed engaged throughout the game?
Being aggressive. I'll tell you what, Trey DeRosa, he was aggressive through that whole game, even when they were down. And that is what you want to see.
Yes. And we had 6 dirties today, again, Trey DeRozan, Jamar Andrews, Devontae Long, Keyshawn May, Trayvon Addis, the third and or the second or third or ninth or whatever it was, and Juice Eric all gave us dirties today. A lot of those dirties came in losses, but it showed me that they were all over the floor.
Dirty's a dirty. And that's just the facts. Oh, the Yacht Club's going to take this one. You're battling the Bayou champions, the Yacht Club, as they win the final 64-56 over the AT Aliens. Myself, from Maestro, from Luther, out in the truck on production. Thank you for being with us on SimWorld TV today. We'll see you again soon for SimWorld U. And don't forget, 4 o'clock, Harden the Paint. Thanks for being with us. And remember, as always, see the game, be the game. And stay.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.